Volume. Close enough. Why did it... I don't understand that. Let's remember the tags. The CPU. Let's do this thing. It looks so dark. This is gonna be crazy. And I can't use the D-pad. That sucks. I spent all of Link to the Past getting used to the D-pad. Now that I think about it, these controls are gonna be really weird. Would I be better off using the this thing? Might be better off using this thing. But look at this comically short wire. Not that like anybody's probably ever gonna watch this, but like this wire is not long enough. Yeah, I got myself a Wii U Pro controller wired. Yeah, I figured it'd give me a better wire than this. I'm gonna put the gamepad down there. This is gonna be way more authentic. I don't know what L is gonna do. I don't like, because it's clearly modeled after the GameCube controller, right? But it's not R on there, it's Z. Because these were L and R, this was Z. So, I don't know. I don't know. I kept thinking about what I could do to make this interesting. I've got nothing. Because, like, even in my head, I'm like, I wonder how long it takes to beat the game. I mean, it's like 8-6. And I guess, in theory, I could try to speedrun it. But I watched a video about the speedruns of this game. And, excuse me, I am not about to try to beat, like, 20 minutes. I'm not that stupid. So yeah, I don't want to speedrun it because there's no point. I want to do it so I can say I've done it in the grand like series, but I don't think it's really gonna be that impressive of a playthrough. I've beaten it quickly before. I don't think I've done like 5-6 hours. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I mean, I got like 2 hours, maybe a little more of stream time today. I mean, in theory, if I could get done the Kid Link portion, phenomenal. Grade A, phenomenal. Because then I could probably squeeze out all of the Adult Link stuff tomorrow. And we'll at least be done Ocarina. Because that'd be nice. I kind of gave up on Link to the Past. If you were wondering, nobody was watching, so nobody was wondering. But that's fine. That's fine. I always sound bitter when I bring it up. But, like, I don't mean to be bitter when I say it. I more so mean, like, nobody was watching, so I don't know why I'm talking like you guys went from the last stream to this stream. It's more making fun of myself than it is being bitter. Because I don't really care. Like, I want people to watch. But at the same point, watching me quit the game wouldn't have been that entertaining. But yeah. So I guess this one is actually going up to YouTube. Because I actually remembered to set it up so I could set it up to YouTube. So yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, for one, thank you for watching. Two, you can watch me stream on Twitch at Legend of Mudlup. I don't know why. I figured it would be a nice little Legend of Zelda kind of pun thing. And then, I don't know, because I don't remember the login to the old Mudlup channel. So it doesn't matter. So if you're watching on YouTube, I'm trying to get in the habit of streaming. I'm just kind of messing around with Twitch right now because I think Twitch could help me build a fan base more so than YouTube streaming could. But yeah, so I don't know if anybody's going to watch. But if you're watching on YouTube, you know, come over to the stream so it's not horribly alone. But yeah, Ocarina of Time is my favorite game of all time. So, I mean, what else is there to say? I've beaten this game not countless times. I've probably beaten it at least a dozen times. Like, talking about, like, through the entire game, not just the Ganondorf fight. Like, I just love the Ganondorf fight. But yeah, I've played through this game a comical amount, and it's just, it really is a classic. I do think you have to admit it's at least top 5 best games of all time. You can make an argument for other games. I'm not saying you'd be wrong, but, like, this game is iconic. And to put into perspective my insatiable love for this game, I've played it on, like, any way you can play it. Like, legitimately, I played it on the N64. I played it a bunch on the N64. I played it on the GameCube because we had the disc thing with Master Quest. The pre-disc for Wind Waker is what it was. I played it on there. I played it on an emulator. Not my proudest moment. I tried uploading that to YouTube. It failed. Hilarious. To finish the story off, basically I got into the water temple, and we'll go over this when I'm in the water temple, because it'll be kind of interesting. Man, these controls are so jagged right now. But yeah, so I got to the water temple, and basically I couldn't progress any further. As it turns out, there's actually a key skip that I just completely was unaware of, which, I mean, makes sense. I'm just me. I don't. Before that point, I didn't really keep up with things like that, because this was back in 2010, 2009, maybe. But yeah, it wasn't worth it, because, like, I think it was slowing my computer down. So on top of not being able to finish it, it was also just not a fun time. But yeah, then I uploaded it to YouTube. Later on, I played it on the 3DS. I played it twice on the 3DS. And I think I played through it more than that, because I know I have the physical copy, and I also virtually downloaded it. I couldn't find the physical copy at one point. So yeah, played through this game a lot. A very lot. I played through it on the stream before when the Dons of Gaming were, that's the home button. That's gonna be really awkward. But I was like, I'm the one playing through it, because it's my favorite game, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem right to have somebody else play through it. But yeah, long spiel about that. I probably should have let somebody else play it in hindsight, because me playing through it makes it kind of more of a speed run light kind of thing, where I'm just gonna beat the game as fast as I can just to be done with it, which makes it sound like I don't like the game. I do like the game, but, like, the only fun thing about it at this point is to see how fast I can beat it. We need a thrust. That's what makes the game fun for me at this point, is seeing how... Navi, shut up! Is seeing how fast I can beat it. That's the entertainment value now. I saw a video, and some guy did, like, some weird jump and made it up there. Again, I just watched a video about about the world record progression for this game on the speed runs. And, like, apparently when it first came out, some guy was all proud of his, like, 5.5 hours or something. He was a retro who uploaded that video. So yeah, whoops. That's a time killer right there. Yeah, I'm just not used to this Wii U Pro controller thing. I'm also, like, thank you, Link. I never claimed to be, like, really good at this game. I've just played it a lot, and there is a difference, because, like I can do the infinite sword glitch, and that's about it. I don't think I ever figured out how to do the, I could have sworn you're supposed to get rupees for doing that. This again. If not, we'll just go behind that house. Okay, maybe I'm just being stupid. But yeah. I can do the infinite sword glitch, and that's about it. I don't ever figured out how to do like a bomb hover glitch or the hover slide thing. I don't remember what it's called. Didn't figure out how to do all that. I did figure out the how to do the like this is the infinite sword. No. How do I crouch? How do I? Let's go to controller settings. How do I crouch? I want to use that one. What is R map to? Then what is Z map to? This is going to get really interesting. But he isn't crouching. I don't know. We'll figure it out, I guess. But I can also do the cuckoo glitch to enter the well early. Just because, as much as I love coming back to being young Link after a while, a lot of times I skip the forest temple a little bit and then come back to it after the fact. So, yeah. I'd rather not beat it at all. Let me equip it and then see if maybe he'll start crouching. Because if not, that's... Okay, he did crouch. I just assumed we could crouch without it. But yeah, this is the infinite sword glitch. If I can make it work. There we go. And it's like the key part to doing like the bomb slide and all that jazz. Because then you can fall off ledges. Link just kind of decides he's too good for that. So yeah. I learned how to do a few glitches. None of them really like game breaking. Maybe I just don't know how to make this playthrough exciting. Because even when we did it on stream before, I did a 3-heart run. And it's like, while I love doing the 3-heart run, it just doesn't, like, I don't want to say it's not a challenge, because sooner or later in this playthrough, you're going to see me do horrible. And you're going to be like, well, he said the 3-heart run wasn't a challenge. Why is a regular heart run a challenge? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Get in. Thank you. Let's equip our Deku stick. Not that we'll ever need it. Now that's interesting. Y and X aren't mapped to it. So it's not as much like the GameCube controller, at least in terms of setup. This is clearly a, I guess in my long-winded spiel, this is more so a ROM they developed off of, well, this is probably not a ROM, a port of the N64 version versus the GameCube version. Because when you played it on the GameCube, X, Y, and Z were used as your C buttons, which kind of like actually made it, doable. It's going to be interesting having to slide down there, but I don't think there's a time where you need to that fast. I'm trying to think if there's like a fight or something. A puzzle. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. And I'm sorry if you guys want to read the dialogue. Maybe I should read the dialogue. But again, whenever I play this game, I just want to speed through it. That's the only way it feels natural, is to speed through it. So I'm not going to read the dialogue. Maybe I should. But yeah. I named Link Stream. I said the guy. Like, I don't know who he is. The guy. I named him Stream because I figured this will just be the stream one. And then maybe if I get bored, I'll do one where like I 100% it. But yeah, when I played it on the 3DS, I did my first 3-heart run. And then on top of that, I did the a regular 100% playthrough. And like literally, I mean 100%. I think I got all the gold Skulltulas and everything. I normally go to the right or go to the left. That is insane. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. A buddy of mine, Brandon, at work, was trying to tell me that he will play Link to the Past, where if you get hit once, you're done. And I'm like, that is absolutely mental. Because I get hit in that game all the time. I get hit in this game all the time. Give me the Deku stick. I don't care. And this is like the game I know the best. Like, legitimately, I highly doubt there's a single other game I know how to climb vines, Navi. That I know as well as this game. Yeah, I understand, Navi. Because you might think, like, maybe you enjoyed Majora's Mask more. I'm a dark person. It seems like I should have, but I really didn't. As a kid, I enjoyed it more. And granted, my negative experience with Majora's Mask and Link to the Past are both from the stream. So, with the Johnson Gaming stream. So maybe that's all it is. Maybe I just... No, we can't fight him yet. We need the slingshot first. Maybe I'll have more positive experience with it this... I know how to open the door, Navi. But maybe I'll have a more positive experience with it now, being as I'm playing by myself, and I don't know, there isn't as much of a time crunch. Maybe that's why I had the problem with it. Come on. Shoot it! That's the way I found best to do that. Is to un-Z target and just roll at him. You have kind of a... Hi, Racy. A good amount of time to do it then. But now that I think about it, I played it on the GameCube... Well, I think it was the Wii Virtual Console. Over at Jeff's house once, too. I'm sorry, she's getting me worried. So again, it's like I've played through this game so many times. And I say that as a good thing, but I also say it as like a sometimes now this game kind of bores me thing. Where I just don't get as much enjoyment out of it as I used to. Very negative discussion, but I don't know. I don't know. We got the slingshot. I did watch, was it Good Old Days? Yeah, Good Old Days Gaming's randomizer of this. And randomizers seem very interesting, but I'd have to do it on the computer then, and that kind of defeats the purpose. Yeah, so if you were wondering why I didn't just hit the land on the platform, this is why. Then you can get out of here faster. But yeah, I've played through this game so many times. And the thing I don't like about randomizers is that it looks like it's a lot of grotto like crawl. And I was never big on honey. No, left. Don't waste your nuts, man. Oh, I'm really bad for that. That's one of the reasons I can never be a speedrunner. Because even though I know I'm full on them, I still debated going over there to pick up 5 more. Even though it would literally just go in the pocket and we'd already be full. I don't know, I'm really bad with things like that. I really am. I don't know, it's probably the worst thing I do when playing this game. Is that I'm like, I gotta pick everything up. Now, I'm not gonna worry about getting the compass. Really douche. I'm not gonna worry about getting the compass. Because it's like, well, it's the first dungeon. And in reality, I'm gonna play this game how I wanna play it. Oof. That is embarrassing. Wow. I really did hit the edge of it. Wow. That was really sad. And the whole time, Navi freaking out. God, I haven't failed that in so long. But in reality, like, I get anxiety about that every time I do it. Because I know how embarrassing it is when it doesn't work. It wouldn't be as bad, but this is the first dungeon, and you feel like a jackass when it doesn't work. Thank you, Navi. You want to shut up now, please? All that treasure chest is a heart container. Heart piece. Not heart piece. They do call it a heart container, don't they? This camera. There we go. And I guess we'll get, like, enough gold sculptulas. I guess, because I'm on the fence. I'm still unsure of what this playthrough is going to be. I guess we need that heart container. Not heart container. Heart recovery. Recovery heart. I knew I'd get it sooner or later. But, like, do I want to do this playthrough as, like, a well, this is what you can see in the game, or is this more of a playthrough like, look, I'm gonna play through it as fast as I can, kind of thing? Because I really don't know. I'm tempted to do it like fast, but at the same point, like, there are moments of this game that because I always play through it fast, I never actually do. For instance, like getting Epona, I can't remember the last time I got Epona. It was probably when I 100%ed it on the 3DS. And then I beat him in the rematch. So it's like, I think there's a rematch, isn't there? I don't know. Again, that was like 7 years ago. Because I remember it was right after I graduated high school. So it's like, well, actually, no, it was before that, wasn't it? Yeah, now that I think about it, it was before that. Very, very interesting. Oh, shut up, Navi! She talks so dang much. I get tired of diving in the water there. Yeah, on the Wii, I played the beginning of it. I did basically this dungeon and then stopped. Like, literally, maybe... I don't need to push it. I don't need to do any of that. But I did this literally like 2-3 weeks ago. Again, I say it all the time. It is my favorite game. But man, that beginning part was kind of brutal. My mind was... let's just say I was distracted. So I couldn't really focus on playing it. I just kind of wanted to not play it. So I never actually finished it. Which is, I guess, my fault. I mean, no, there's no I guess about it. It's clearly my fault. If I don't want to play through a game, why am I playing through it? I don't know. The mindset was I was like, well, I'll probably get into it. But... I don't know. It wasn't like I played through it more and I was like, oh, I'm having a good time. The more I played it, the more I was kind of like, ah. Now, as a kid, the spiders coming from the ceiling in this room used to freak me out. And it was also going to be a little bit of a weird run because I was also going to be sitting there like, well, let me do this trick. And because I know I had seen a trick once where some guy lit his torch, it was Deku Stick, by jumping up there at the right angle, and I tried it, and it did not work. It did not work. And I tried it again, and again, and again, and every single time, it didn't work. Point is, that last playthrough was a mess. You just gotta find ways to spice up this game, and when I was doing Link to the Past, I'm like, what can I do to make Ocarina more exciting? And I got nothing. Again, I would consider doing a randomizer, but it defeats the purpose. Like, it really does. Get wrecked. You're next. I'm Bill Goldberg. Come on, buddy. He literally ran right into my field of vision. I'm like, that sucks. But yeah, like, if you look at the time, I think we've been playing for like 21 minutes. And literally people beat this game that fast. So, yeah. Not that fast. But I know the dungeons pretty well at this point. I mean, I would hope. But, meh. I really wish when they did this version, they would have sped the text up. Because, like, it's projecting on the gamepad, so they had to have made some adjustment to it. So it's like, why not? I feel like the sensitivity is off a little bit from what I'm used to. I don't know if that's a real thing or not. I don't know. It might just be mental. All I got was 1 million on it? That's sad, really. The D-pad doesn't do anything. Just find him. Oh my god, my aim is god-awful. This Wii U Pro controller. I don't know, the sensitivity's off. Maybe I'm just complaining. Yeah, right now this is legitimately one of my worst since I was like a kid. Because normally I've gotten to the point where I'll beat him in 2. That's why when I did the jump slash and he recouped so fast, I was like, oh, we're screwed. Hopefully my accuracy doesn't screw us up with long time. There we go. I was worried it was going to take 4. I don't think I've ever had to take 4, but we were getting close there. That was sad, to be honest. We beat him, so that's all that matters. Literally nothing else in life matters. We beat him. And now it'd be the point where I'd normally ignore the heart piece with the heart container. But, like, I don't feel like doing a 3-heart run. Because I don't think it brings viewers in, to be honest. So we're just going to pick it up. It'd be different if I thought more people were going to watch. Because they're like, oh, he's doing it with 3 hearts. But I didn't put it in the title. And frankly, I just don't feel like doing it. It makes it seem so much more stressful. Not like a good way where I'm like, oh, cool. Like, just in a way where I'm like, oh, the whole time I'm worried. And I don't like worrying playing this game. This is my chill game. The game where I don't like thinking. This and NBA and Minecraft and basically any game I play. If you ever wonder why I play certain games and don't play others, that's why. Because I don't like thinking. It's gotten to that point in my life where I don't like thinking about the game because I just don't pay close enough attention. Normally when I'm playing a video game, I've got YouTube in the background going. So, like, I could not tell you the scores of half the games I play. I don't know. How would I know what they're playing? I have somebody in the background telling me about what happened in basketball. Shout out SDC. But, like, that's life, though. I'm just horribly impatient. And it's like, I don't want to fall behind on YouTube. But at the same point, like, I've unsubscribed from a lot of people. So, maybe I'm getting a little obsessive with it. And that's interesting because I know I saw about a way to save state. Not that I would do it because there's really no benefit in this game. I mean, it's Ocarina of Time and really it's got to be done by Tuesday. But yeah, and I haven't gone over this yet, but I'm only going to be streaming Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. If I do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, it'd only be like an hour. And at that point, what's really the benefit? If I get home at like 7. I mean, I guess in theory I could, but I'd be tired. And again, unless I'm playing like Ocarina of Time or just Ocarina of Time, I wouldn't have the focus to do well. But, yeah, I hate how much a story there is in this game. Not that I hate how much story there is, but like, I wish Nintendo would have included an option to skip cutscenes, is what I'm trying to say. Because while the cutscenes are great and all, and I'm sure they were fantastic in 1998 when I was 4, but they're just not entertaining to watch anymore. They really aren't. Like, they don't hold up well to repeated plays. They also don't hold up well to 20 years of time. So, I don't know. But yeah, that's the Triforce. I really wish at some point you could have attained that. Because I'd watched a video where you could, and I'm like, let me try it. Because when I had it on the emulator, I had the cheats in, so I could hover. Well, it's like press R to fly or whatever. So I did that to get into the castle in the area where it's supposed to be, and it's not there. And I was like, that was actually a really good time in my life, though, when I played through it the first time on an emulator. Just because I had the ability to fly. You would not believe how much the ability to fly adds to this game. Because it really does. Like, in theory, if we had the ability to fly, we could just go into the Deku Tree, fly up, drop, and then fly over to the platform. We would never... We could beat that dungeon in, like, no time. Maybe that'll be something I'll do, because, like, even in Dodongo's Cavern, it'd be easy. And then in Jabu Jabu, we could literally get the boomerang and then just go straight to the end. Forest Temple wouldn't help that much. It might though, actually. No, because we'd have to get the pose, so it doesn't help. But Fire Temple could come in handy. We could literally go in the one room, fly straight up, because the fire temple is in essence 2 towers. I mean, that's the design. The water temple would be nice because we wouldn't have to worry about raising and lowering the water level. Though at this point, I can pretty much get it done in 2. And the only reason the second one's necessary is because I normally miss the 1 key. But I watched a video and the guy used Fair's Wind. And I'm like, all the times I've played this game, I not once thought to set Fair's Wind there. Not once. But yeah. Yeah, the future does depend on this stream, so. But yeah. And then Spirit Temple, it would really come in handy in the Spirit Temple. Maybe I'll do that at some point. Download the ROM again, and then just sit there and blitz throw with a cheat, and just see how much of a mess I can make the game. I don't know, because that'd be the only cheat I'd use. I mean, the game isn't hard. It really isn't. I mean, right now it's a little awkward because I have the sensitivity of the sticks. But yeah. I don't know what game I'm going to do next. Because no matter what, I'm sitting on Link to the Past for a little bit. Can you let me go, please? Hey, stream, what did you do? Well, I streamed. That's what I did. I think about it, we're at 29 minutes right now. Something like that. I think it was 30. I think it was 8-6 when we started. And it's like, all we've done is beaten the Deku Tree. That's how much story there is in this. No, like, if I was putting this on YouTube, that'd be, like, perfect length. Because we'd be done the first area legitimately in 1 part. And I'd probably get the Fairy Ocarina while we were sitting there. And then I'd be tempted to go talk to Gayabora just to get it done. Because, like, that's a lot of dialogue, too. And then the next part would just be skipping around guards. But this isn't going... Well, it is going on YouTube. But it's not going on YouTube in, like, 30-minute parts. It's going to go on YouTube as a 2-hour chunk. Maybe more. It depends on if I'm needed at 10 o'clock. I probably won't be. I might be able to squeeze, like, 10:30. And again, at that point, I don't see why I wouldn't be able to get done. At least the Kid Link part. I mean, we got 2 hours left. And Dongo's Cavern should only take like half an hour. And Jabu Jabu should take about the same. It would just more so be a thing of getting to that point where we can do all that. But yeah. I don't know. It'd be nice if we could finish Young Link's part, because then we could start tomorrow as Adult Link, and then we would be Gucci. Because at that point, if I had like 4 or 5 hours, we might be able to finish the game. Because I'd rather finish it this weekend. When I say weekend, I mean Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then that way next weekend we can start something else, something that might take the full 3 days. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do Skyward Sword. I just don't want to do Skyward Sword if nobody's watching. As horrible as that sounds, but it's like I'm never gonna want to play Skyward Sword again. Link to the Past, I can at least convince myself to want to play it again. But legitimately, I got like an hour in the Skyward Sword and I lost interest the first time. So I don't know. Let's talk to Gayabora. I wonder if that's how you actually pronounce his name, or I've just been pronouncing it wrong all these years. And of course, he wants to talk. He talks forever. Look at how slow this text appears. Like, I've never wanted the Chinese version, but the text would go by so fast. Thank you. Of course I got all that. I wasn't paying attention, but I got that. Oh my goodness. Okay. And let's backpedal our way up there. I think we're at a bad angle for it. I think we need to be angled more to the right. But I just really want to make it in there before nightfall. If you get in there before nightfall, you're good. Like, in seriousness. Because of all, like, the dialogue and the waiting for the cuckoo to hatch and all that jazz. You're so much better off if you get there before nightfall. Because then you can meet Malin and be done. Maybe I'll just start Majora's Mask. But if I do that, and there's no... I feel like Majora's Mask can be a faster game to get through. And honestly, I'm not pumped about doing the Great Bay Temple. Or Snowhead, to be honest. I don't know, guys. I really don't. I get very pessimistic with that game. I got it was like so dark out, and then we get here, and it's like, it's bright out. Dots. Thank you. Thank you. A lot of dots. Yeah, you're Malin. Okay. If we're not planning on getting Epona, then there's no point in getting Epona's song, is there? But I feel like I should get Epona just for the sake of being on stream. Oh, I gotta go that way first. Imagine, for a second, if you didn't realize that you could just turn right around and she'd be done. Like, the first time you play through it, and you're like, let me, for whatever reason, go all the way through the castle. Because you would be able to get right to where Talon is. No, Kaepora, go away! Leave me alone! Let me get some sleep! Oh my goodness, as a kid that messed me up so much. I'd always click the wrong option, and then he'd just keep talking, and talking, and talking. Yes, I'm going to the castle. I gotta go talk to Zelda. But, whatever. Just give me your Kuko, or your egg. And then, I don't know why I'd want an egg anyway. You're offering it to me like it's supposed to be something valuable. It's just an egg. That's so cool. It's an egg. Game, I've seen an egg before. Don't eat many, but I've seen an egg before. And that is one of the most annoying things about this game. When you go to step up on something, like climb up a vine, and Link's like, put it slightly too far to the side. We'll need the Kuko equipped. Let's put that over there. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. I'm trying to censor myself a little bit. Just for the sake of more people being able to watch the content. I've kind of realized how silly it is to, like, actually cuss while recording. Because, like, believe it or not, I can turn it off around my mother. Like, I will be around my mom and I will not cuss at all. But then randomly, I'm not around her and I just can't cuss. I can't stop cussing. It's just every other word. And I don't get why. So I don't know. For the sake of making it more accessible for people, I'm going to try not to cuss. And we're not going to worry too much about rupees, because I believe, if I remember correctly, we can get a free healing shield in one of the grottos in the graveyard. I think. Again, I could be mistaken. Okay, we got the chicken. It's the miracle of life. Facts. What darnation? So I use XXXTentacion up in here. Just go away. Look at his hairy arms. They're not even like good graphics. Because they look drawn on. They really do. I hope you guys are actually looking at his arms right now. Because, like, they do look horrible. Like, my arms are not that hairy, but I don't know. I'm not a very hairy guy. I can't grow a beard yet. My beard's very, very mediocre. I honestly wish I could grow a beard. I had actually not shaved for No Shave November, and I just carried it through. And, like, it's just... It looks so awful, to be honest. But yeah, I think we're making decent time, to be honest. I mean, we're at, what, 37 minutes? And then we just gotta do the guard skip. Hopefully we won't screw that up. It'd be kind of unfortunate if we did. Again, it's something I haven't done in a long time, in reference to screwing it up. But it would be kind of my luck. I mean, remember, we screwed up the jump in the Deku tree, like an idiot. It's the first time I've screwed that up in a while. And we screwed up the Queen Goma fight. So we screwed up a lot already. But maybe we can get lucky. He's on the guard here, so we go around back. This part, I feel like this is like one of the most iconic parts about this game, to be honest. As bad as that sounds, like, this moment stands out a lot. We got caught on the wall, we got caught on the wall! I mean, think about it. They redid it in Majora's Mask. Literally 2 years later. So, I mean, I think... I want to say there was another time they How did he see me but the other guard didn't? See what I'm saying? My luck right now is horrible. Oh, well. I always wanted to go in this door. Like, in seriousness, and I hope somebody watches this, or anybody watching this now, at some point, I want to know what's behind that door. I've never actually, like, looked it up to see what was supposed to be back there. I know it was meant to. But, I mean... He saw me... I know! We walked right past the one guard, and he didn't see me. I'm just getting too cocky. I'm like, I'll be fine! And then I make horrible play decisions. Horrible play decisions. But, whatever. We'll just go slower. I mean, I guess, because I remember as a kid thinking that door interconnected. And that they're literally just throwing you out of that door. Which, it wouldn't surprise me if that's what they were doing. Like, would it be kind of disappointing after all these years? Yeah, kind of. I mean, you figure it's been 20 years. But, like, I mean, I'd accept that. And I never try to cross that catwalk. Just because it never ends well for me. I gave up on that a long time ago. Because it's like, if you screw it up, you get caught. There's a 100% chance you get caught then. So. And I love the music in this part. You forget about how much of a bop this is. Like, man, that's the kind of music I want played at my funeral. Come on, buddy. I think what it is, as long as they're not pointed towards you, you're good. So, like, I think we're good. This is really awkward. Oh my... This is really bad. We have spent, like, 5 minutes failing at this. I don't remember having this much trouble with it the last, like, 10 times I played through this game. Oh. Okay. Let's actually do it right this time. Please, for the love of God, I just want to be past this part. That's one of the things I don't like about playing this game so much. Because a lot of times, doing things feels kind of like a chore once you've played through the game so many times. You sit in parts like this and you go, I don't want to do this. And then, you know, you go to other parts and you're just like, well, I know how to do this, so there's no challenge to it. I just wish there was a way to spice this game up. I really do. But aside from a randomizer, I don't see how that's possible. And I just don't have the grotto knowledge to do a randomizer. The sad thing is that really is all it is. If I knew the grottos, I would. But as a kid, I always hated the grottos. Because, like, play a song here. And I was never that kind of guy. Now, is there only one guard here right now? Oh, the other guard's way over there. Come on, guard. Pick it up. Could you imagine this being your job? This would honestly be like an ideal job for me. Walk around of a bush and just look out for 10-year-old boys. Which sounds really creepy. I just meant, like, come on, they're not doing anything. They're literally letting the bad guy talk to the king. Just because. But, like, that sounds like a good job. Because I would just be singing the whole time. I'd be having a good old time. Granted, my job isn't that bad. It really isn't. And I think I'm good at it. But I flip burgers like a freaking boss. Not that that joke means anything, because we haven't uploaded that to the Pokemon Dojo channel. So it doesn't matter, but Zelda talks way too much, and she has green eyebrows. She has green eyebrows! How disgusting is that? Why does she have green eyebrows? I'm still stuck on that. But, like, if you really think about it, I don't think anybody would ever want a... Well, actually, now that I think about it, every Zelda game has like, all of them Ocarina Past. has a weird, like, almost relation, like, awkward, like, romance between Link and Zelda. Because, like, in this game, like, you just kind of get that vibe a little bit every once in a while. You get that in Wind Waker, too, because Tetra is such an integral character. And then in Twilight Princess, you don't. But that's because she's not in the game. She's, like, in there for, like, 10 minutes. Which is kind of interesting, because I think there's a moment where you're with Midna, and she says that Zelda is a Twilight Princess. But in reality, it would be Midna, wouldn't it be? So, I mean, I guess she's the real Twilight Princess. Which makes sense. I mean, she's there with you the whole game. I mean, she's as integral of a part of that game as more so than the Wind Waker. That's actually questionable. Because you need the Wind Waker a lot. But more so than the Ocarina of Time, at the bare minimum. Like, really, aside from the one time you need it to play the Song of Time, I don't think there's anything stating that you would need it again. Right? I don't know. I'm just ranting about nothingness right now. Yeah, we're at like 44 minutes, so we're not doing too bad. I just wish we could skip these cutscenes. But yeah, this is my favorite game of all time. Which is kind of weird to say. I think what I'm going to do... Because I remember I mentioned in the Link to the Past part that like nobody saw that I was wondering what I'll do next. And like, honestly, I'm feeling pretty comfortable with the setup right now. Maybe what I'll do is, because like I remember probably like 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago, it had been a minute, where I had wanted to record myself playing Final Fantasy X. But I wouldn't do it because I had the headphones on so I could hear the dialogue, but then there was the delay. So I never knew when I could talk and when I couldn't, because I didn't want to talk over the characters. But I mean, in theory, with the way this is set up, I could get away with that. And then that would be the first time I've ever been able to put Final Fantasy X on my channel, which is definitely like top 5, one of my favorite games of all time. I think it's Ocarina, San Andreas, Modern Warfare 3, and then maybe Final Fantasy X. I don't know, I feel like I'm missing something. But if you care about that, it's on my YouTube channel. Which, granted, if you're watching this on Twitch, which, quick look shows, nobody is. But if you are, the YouTube channel is Mudlup50. So if you want to go subscribe there, that way, say you missed part of the stream, you can always watch it there. But, I mean, I don't know, I was also debating doing Harvest Moon 64. Which could be interesting. Oh, it's just about Tony Parker. I'm like, what is that notification about? But yeah, I guess the Spurs are... Well, the Hornets are playing the Spurs. Actually, give us this letter. I love when you just watch the chicken become a letter. And I love how Link, he's like, it has Zelda's autograph. Like, come on, Link. Get serious. So, I don't know. I don't know. But then, well, it does open me up to a few more games. It really doesn't, because there aren't that many games I'd feel the need to actually record. Because it's like, I want to do Final Fantasy X, and I've never been able to do San Andreas. I always do like myth videos. I wouldn't actually play it. So maybe we do San Andreas, but at that point, that is very not family friendly. And with me not cussing now to be more family friendly, wouldn't it be stupid to put up a really horribly unfamily friendly game? I don't know. I'm overthinking things. Nobody's going to watch. But at the same point, I could do Harvest Moon 64, which is another one of my favorite games. And in reality, I mean, I could do a couple years of that, which would give me a decent amount of time. That'd be like a month of streaming it. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put Harvest Moon 64 in the rotation as well, we finished a game and I don't want to start a new game. So like hypothetically, Ocarina of Time, say we finish it early tomorrow, which based on our time frame now, we're not going to do. But if we did, then maybe at that point we play Harvest Moon 64 for a little bit, and then I'll just kind of have it as my buffer game, if that makes sense. Maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know, guys. I think too much about things like this. Nobody's watching, so clearly none of it matters. But I like overthinking it, nonetheless. And we don't really need money because we won't be buying the Hylian Shield, which saves us 80 rupees. We won't be doing the horse race with Ingo, I think that's his name. So we won't need that money, and I think that's the only thing we need money in the game. So I think we're good. I don't know. We'll find out, I suppose. Oh, I don't think I mentioned in this part. If I look over to there, what I'm doing is I'm looking to see the computer screen. That's why I keep looking over there. I can see my viewer count right there because I have it open, and I can see the chat if somebody types something into the chat. But I mean, regardless, I don't know. I don't know yet, guys. I was thinking earlier, and I'm like at what point do you accept that you have failed at something you've been trying at? Which is a really morbid discussion, and this will be a great discussion for the fact that we have a lot of filler crap to do right now. So let's have this discussion, right? So I've been on YouTube since 2007, right? In that time, I've had to have uploaded at least 600 videos to the website, at least. I mean, there's like 100 videos on the Dons of Gaming channel. You can see a heart piece up there. What's with that? But there's like 250 videos on my current channel. It might be more than that. And then all the other channels I've had, and I've never even crossed 100 subscribers. And clearly, it's not for lack of trying, because I've put in a lot of time doing these failed channels. Like, if you really think about it, like, maybe as dumb as this sounds, maybe that should have been my wake-up call to just stop. Because I've put so much time into it. Maybe I'm just not charismatic enough to be interesting on YouTube. Because I don't know. I've been thinking about it a lot lately. No! Bad luck continues. But I've been thinking about it a lot lately, because a lot of times I don't feel like doing YouTube. But at the same point, YouTube has become such an integral constant in my life that I'll play a game and I'll go, why should be recording me playing this game? So like, say I don't know. Well, Ray keeps talking about this game Anthem, right? Not that I'm gonna get it. I keep thinking about it. But say I do get it. My initial gut reaction is I should record this. And, oh, okay, cool. It didn't push him outside. I thought it would. But I don't need to record it because nobody is going to watch. Like, that is the sad reality of it. Is that for whatever reason, nobody watches. Like, I get that you should do it for the love of doing it, but uploading videos to YouTube without getting anything is honestly one of those really depressing things, because you're just kind of wasting your time. Like, at least other hobbies, like, the enjoyment you get out of them, not necessarily the enjoyment, but you get skills out of them. Like say your hobby, like I know a Dose of Buckley put up a video where he's been talking about what he's been doing since he stopped uploading to YouTube. Because he's been on like a 4 or 5 month hiatus, aside from his year-end list. And, if you guys don't subscribe to a Dose of Buckley, go subscribe to him. I say that, nobody's watching me, which is kind of pointless. But yeah, so he's been throwing axes. That's what he's decided to do. That's not a real transferable skill, but like, there's at least benefit to it. I've never been able to say to somebody, hey, I'm a failure of a YouTuber. And that never impresses somebody. Like, even if I said I failed at throwing axes, I could be like, well, I throw axes sometimes. Where did that other Kuko go? don't know where that Cuckoo went. Oh, he went down here. Like, there's just no impressing people out of that. And not that, I know Ray won't watch this, but like, literally, if you look at my life, the only positive thing that has necessarily come out of YouTube for me is my friendship with Ray. And that's literally it. Because nothing else positive has come out of it. I don't make any money. I've never made money. I think I've hit like 60 cents, right? Never made money on YouTube. And, like, really, I've never had subscribers, so it's not like I've ever created, like, a friend through being on YouTube. I've never done a really entertaining collab. All that's happened to me is I've gotten into this mindset of when I play a video game, I should be recording it. And that's the only thing that's come out of it. And if anything, it just messes my mental up. Because I'll sit there and I'll be like, man, like, okay, when Black Ops 4 came out, I'm like, man, I should be recording my first time playing it. Why? Why? Nobody's gonna why. That's the depressing thing about YouTube. And honestly, and I've said this before in like countless videos, I feel like I screwed myself early on. Because I had a channel, I think it was the original Mudlub 49 channel. And if I would have stuck with it, I probably would have gotten to a point where I had subscribers. And the subscribers I would have gotten would have been... There would have been enough of a snowball formed for it to continue rolling. I was very, very early in on YouTube. Not like, you know, I was a YouTube pioneer, but when you really look at it in terms of like what the big thing on YouTube was shortly thereafter, like I would have been in a decent spot. And I remember it because honestly, it's one of the things that I probably regret most in my life. Can we do it as Kid Link or can we only do it as Adult Link? I guess you can only do it as Adult Link. Yeah, I guess Adult Link's only tall enough. But, I lost my train of thought. Oh, so I had videos on YouTube back in like 2007 where, let's pick this up, where they were approaching 1,000 views. I think I had a few that crossed 1,000 views. And if you look at my YouTube channel right now, Mudlub50, I have like 4 videos that have. And that's it. Now, I don't think the kid will let us pull Graves. Dampy's the one who will let us. So let's get the Sun Song. Just as a time killer, I guess. And we'll be able to turn it to nighttime. But, that's just what I've been thinking of a lot lately. Where, like, it's been 12 years, and maybe at some point I should have accepted the fact that I will never make it as a YouTuber. Which is depressing. Like, that legitimately bums me out. And I think I've gotten to the point where I've accepted it a little bit. Because before, in my past, I would push for YouTube so hard. And it's like, I haven't uploaded a video to YouTube since September. Like, I just have no incentive to do it anymore. That is legitimately the way it feels. And that is a bummer. It really is. It used to be something I cared so much about. It was like, I'm gonna be a big YouTuber. And I'm not saying like big, like I don't need like 1 million subscribers. It was always more so like, man, I want to be able to make this my job. And for as long as I've been doing it, for the lack of success I've had, I think I need to accept the fact that it won't happen. And that's why I started streaming on Twitch. But again, like, it doesn't matter. Like, it always bums me out. And I hope if Tim, by chance, watches, I don't think he will. If he does, I hope he doesn't take this as an insult. Because it's gonna sound insulting. But, like, I look at his channel, his Twitch channel, and it's like, he has like 100 followers. And the best I've ever done on YouTube can't compete with that. So it's like, at what point do I just accept that I will never make it? When somebody who's barely been doing it is doing better than you, it's just a bummer. And I think, honestly, this Zelda thing, it's more me wanting to finish something that I started a long time ago. And honestly, I think if it doesn't end well, which it doesn't appear like it's going to, but I feel like if it doesn't, I might get to the point where I'm like, screw it, I don't want to do YouTube anymore. And I don't know what I want to do then. Literally, since I was, what, I said 12 years ago, so 13. Let's say, no, I would have been 12 when I started, so yeah, like 13. Like, the whole time I've been going, you know, I want to be a YouTuber. That's, like, one of the things where I made the conscious decision where I'm like, I don't want to go to college because there's no benefit. It doesn't help you being a YouTuber. Wouldn't it be hilarious if, at this stage of my life, I just give up on it? At that point, I'll literally be, like, hopeless. Not in a good way, like, not in like a horrible way, I guess I should say, where I'm like saying like, man, I have no hope, but like directionless, I guess. There will never feel like there's a place to go. There's not a dream to chase. Literally, the only thing I want in life at that point will be to not die alone, and that will be it. Like, isn't that depressing? I mean, like, obviously there are other things, but like, I mean, for instance, I wanna go to WrestleMania once. It seems like it'd be a fun time. But like, there just won't be as much to dream of. The Highland Shield. So we're doing pretty good. We're at like an hour now. So yeah, if this was going on YouTube, this would have been 2 videos. I probably would have thrown the chatter with the guard in this part too. But yeah. It just feels like that sometimes. Like, I've literally just wasted so much of my life and my time into being a YouTuber, which was rather pointless. But like, I mean, nah, screw that Cold Skull, chill out. Because now I think about it, the prize for getting 10 is the upgraded wallet. We won't need money, so it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. But, I guess this is what everybody goes through at some point, isn't it? Anybody who fails their dream. All the people who are like, I want to be a rock star, and then they're never a rock star. All the people who are like, I want to be a famous athlete, and then they realize they're not cut out for, you know, being in like the NBA or the MLB. Or maybe they do, and they realize they suck. They can't do it at that level. They're not a LeBron James. They're not a Kyle Korver. They're a 13th man, you know, just literally filling up a spot on the team. Like, okay, well, you know, 4 or 5 people get injured, maybe I get some playing time. But that's the only chance. That's just how I guess it's just how it goes, right? I mean, statistically, most people fail, right? But like, I don't know, I always figured there'd be something, and like, it would track attention, and then I'd be able to like parlay it into an actual YouTube career. But there really isn't. No matter what I do, it always just kind of fails. So I guess I'm just not charismatic enough for it, which kind of sucks. Again, depressing conversation, and thankfully nobody wandered in for this. So I'm literally just talking to myself and to a YouTube video that nobody will watch either. Which, maybe I am bitter when I bring it up. I don't know. Just sometimes it feels like my entire life is a waste of time. Again, depressing. But like, it's how I feel sometimes. But here I am. It's a Monday night, the middle of my weekend. And all I'm doing is playing Ocarina of Time for the probably like 100th time. And will I get anything out of this? Nope. Will my life change for the better because of it? Nope. I know there's a way to hit him with a jump slap. Missing. No, that's been my main thought process lately. It sure seems like it doesn't matter what I do on YouTube, I'm gonna fail. And like, I'm not saying that as like a pity thing, because honestly, like, nobody's here. But it just feels like that sometimes. Like, I really am wasting my time. It's like the 100th time I played this game. You know, I've gone through this game so many times. I don't know. Actually, you know what? Literally nobody's here. And nobody's going to fumble in. Even if they do, they're going to leave in a few seconds. Because that's what everybody always does when they walk in on these streams. So, I hit a point the other day at work where I think I was probably like the most depressed I've ever been. Because honestly, like right now, my life isn't that bad. So like, to get what I'm saying, I've lost 47 pounds in the last 4 months. Which is like borderline unhealthy. And I'm doing it through unhealthy means anyway. And I don't care if it's healthy or not. People will tell me like, well, you shouldn't be fasting, that's unhealthy. You shouldn't be losing that much weight, it's unhealthy. But it doesn't matter. It never was it about me being healthy. Which I think messes people up. Because they're like, well, people diet to be healthy. And it has nothing to do with being healthy. I don't care about being healthy. I know I'm gonna die. And I know when I die, it's probably gonna be young. Because realistically... Oh crap, I thought there was a way to do this. Can I slingshot him? Oh, you know what? That's what I forgot to do. I gotta bring the flame out. Okay. But, like, I've lost all this weight. I own my own home. I mean, I might not have a good job, but I've had the same job for 15 months now. And, like, no matter what, I do feel respected at work for the most part. Which I think matters more than people will give it credit. You know, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to be, like, content in a job. I think no matter what, most people end up unhappy with their job. I don't know why it makes it sound like that. But, haha! I haven't done that in so long. But yeah, I don't think you have to be like a rocket scientist to be happy with your job. As horrible as that sounds, I think you just need a job that you feel respected at, that pays the bills, and you can take a little bit of pride in. No, I don't want to hear what you said again. And I think, for the most part, I'm there. Like, I don't take pride in my job, but like, you know, most part, I think people put too much credit, like, they put too much thought into actually being happy with your job. Because I don't know. I think people are more cynical. I don't know, because people say I'm like... I'm sorry, there's a weird sound coming from in my house. But I think people are more cynical than I am, as messed up as that sounds. Come on, man, swing at me. Because I don't know, people say I'm cynical or I'm depressed, and I really don't believe it. There are moments where I believe it. But yeah, the whole thing of 2019 for me, it's kind of been like a I'm gonna take my life kind of thing. I want to be like the best Alex I can be, as dumb as that sounds, as generic as that sounds, as everybody says it as it sounds. I feel like we should have went to Lon Lon Ranch to get the bottle, but that's the one thing we need money for. But I'm working on that this year, where like last year at the beginning of the year, well, towards the tail end of the year, I started losing the weight. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna boost my self-esteem up. I'm trying to get a haircut, as you can see. I went and I like actually bought myself new clothes, which is something I normally don't do because I don't care about fashion. I just like wearing a t-shirt and shorts. Like, that is literally the Alex outfit. And I've been content like that for a while now. And I think I'm more depressed because I sit there and I look at, not necessarily my life, but I look at the traits I possess and I'm unhappy with it. Like, I do think I'm depressed, even though I just said I don't, but I think other people are more depressed than I am. They have higher standards for happiness than I do. But, I don't think I'm a really good friend, to be honest. I don't think I'm interesting. I don't have very many positive things to say about myself, do I? And that's kind of been the point I've been at in my life for a while now, where it's like, literally, from where I'm standing, if I, like, say my life was, like, literal a timeline, I could literally see it just ending the same way it's been. Me alone, unhappy, with cats. And nothing changing about that. A lot of times, I feel like I do think I have anxiety, right? My mom has it, my sister has it real bad. It wouldn't surprise me. But, sometimes I just feel like nobody actually likes me. And that's a pain. Because why would they like me? I mean, literally, I've got nothing to say. I mean, what do I know about that is interesting? I mean, like, I can talk video games, but even that I can't do. Because I don't play video games. I play the same, like, probably like 15 games or franchises that I've been playing since I was like 8. Honestly, since my brother came in my life. And like a little before that. Like, I don't know, like, think about all the games that I play. I play like Zelda games, I play Pokemon games, I play like Grand Theft Auto games, I play Call of Duty games, I play NBA. And that's really about it. I mean, I was even surprised by how much I enjoyed Breath of the Wild because I didn't think I would enjoy it. And even Skyrim, like, for as much as I disliked it the first time, I enjoyed it so much the second time. And the sad thing is, I can't enjoy it anymore because I feel like I'm just retreading the same ground. Which is silly because I enjoy playing this game even though it's retreading the same ground. But, point of this crazy tangent is that, that there really isn't that much to say about me. Like, I don't have, not to say positive traits, because I do, everybody has positive traits. I mean, I think I hate people, but I still think even I have to admit that everybody has positive traits. They just don't have a lot. They don't necessarily have good ones. They have them, though. Like, they're there. Another thing, we'll do Lon Lon Ranch on our way back. That's what we'll do. But, yeah, so it's like, even as negative as I am, I still believe that there are positive things for people. I still hope for the best for people. I still think other people could achieve their dreams. I just don't feel like I can. Which is just asinine. I shouldn't feel like that. But I do all the time. And, like, there's no reason to not feel like that. I've literally failed at everything I've tried. As horrible as that sounds. Like, I've been a struggling YouTuber for 12 years now. Uploaded like 600 videos. And the most I've ever had is 70 subscribers. Like, at what point do you just take the L? Like, I don't know. And still nobody came in. I don't know why we had 2 random people come in while I was in the Hyrule Castle area. Because randomly 2 people came in for that. And I was like, crap, maybe we're actually going to get people in here. And then, never happened. I don't know. Yeah, just shut up, man. Give me a bracelet. But yeah. That's how I feel sometimes. And I'll sit there and work and I'm like, God, I hate my life. Because I really do hate my life. And the more I think about it, the more just, again, unlikable isn't the word, but like the way I've explained it recently is, like, I'm really good. It's like you rate relationships on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being like you hate somebody and they hate you. Like 1 would be like I think it's literally the worst relationship in history. I don't know. Again, don't have that much knowledge. But like that would be like a 1. And a 10 would be like the couples who, when one of them dies, the other one dies of a broken heart. Like, that's a 10. And I think I've gotten really good at hitting like 5. Well, I guess a 5 would be indifference. I'm really good at hitting like a 6 to like a 7, low 7. I'm not very good at getting higher than that, because I feel like I haven't made a best friend in a long time. I feel like I haven't like, I can't say I feel like I haven't. I know I haven't impressed a girl enough. And it's just the thing. It's like, there's something about me that is unlikable. Again, thankfully nobody's in chat, so none of this conversation will exist. But, we're gonna go for this heart piece because it's right here. But, like, it just sure as hell feels like that sometimes. Where, like, there's just something about me that prevents people from actually enjoying my company. Like, long term. And it lines up because, again, all the videos on YouTube I've done, and I still can't get to the point where I could seriously consider this. Because, honest, I don't need, you know, millions of subscribers. Like, literally, if I could make enough money to live off of it with like 10,000, that's all I would freaking need. But for one reason or another, it never happens. I don't know. That's just been my depressing. Navi, you're gonna make me miss that jump. That's just how I've been feeling lately. Maybe I'll do, like, Master Quest at some point. Because, like, I own, like, this snazzy copy for the N64, Master Quest. I don't know, I'm pretty fond of that. I pretty much more so have it just to say that I have it, because I played it for, like, 5 minutes. Well, I got through, I got stuck in the not the Dongo's cabin, in the Deku tree. And then at that point I was like, screw this. But, yeah. Whoops. I really screwed the pooch there. So, like, I more so have it for that. Maybe that would be something good to record. Good save link. But yeah. I never know. Because it doesn't feel like it matters what I put up, what I play, what kind of videos I make. Like, it just doesn't matter. Even if you look, like, historically throughout, like, my entire time on YouTube, there's never been, like, a period where I achieve some, like, modicum. I know that's a word. I don't know what word it is, how it's pronounced and all that jazz. But I've never, like, achieved any sort of success aside from the really early YouTube, and I screwed that up so bad. All because one of my subscribers was like, you should make a separate channel with all your weird videos. And in hindsight, it's like, no, I shouldn't have. Because I stopped uploading to the first one to upload to the second one, all the weird videos. And then because I did that, I never ended up, like, I ended up deleting the first one, which was just literally the dumbest decision I've made in my entire life. Like, I regret that more than I regret not going to college. I regret that more than friggin' moving in with my dad. That is, like, literally the worst decision of my entire life. Legitimately. Because no good came out of that decision. In the moment, like, it seemed smart. I was like, well, I'll just clear all this crap out. We'll have a fresh new channel, doing content I want to do. But in reality, like, What's going on? Oh, okay. The Wiimote turned off. It's pretty awkward. I guess he's 3 hits and then he runs away. But yeah. You wanna come over here, buddy? But yeah. I don't know, I feel like a lot of times I've just really crapped my life away. Not even like with the whole, well, I'm just playing video games thing. Like, I committed to YouTube and made like a horrible decision by doing it. Because again, nothing good has come out of me being on YouTube. Me and Ray became friends over it. But, I don't know, I feel like honestly we would get to the point sooner or later anyway. Just because we parked together. I don't know. Maybe that's me being optimistic. But I don't know, because I remember the first like real big like bonding thing we had was us both uploading to YouTube. And it's like in the grand scheme of things, it hasn't mattered. Open your mouth, buddy. Okay, just do it normal. Yeah, breathe fire at me. God, I suck right now. And the... Is the battery in the Wiimote dead? Is that what's going on here? Of course, there's nothing on here. I did buy rechargeable batteries because I was like, whoa, at some point I'm going to do Skyward Sword, so I fully anticipated this. But I'd rather not waste the batteries yet. Then again, they are rechargeable, so it's not really wasted. But yeah, that was like the thing that I remember bonding Ray and I. Because it was like we both had the same, variations on the same dream. But like, nowadays I feel like I just need to have a new dream. And that's just... We might have turned off again. Okay. So that's what's going on there. Can I just, thank you. I guess we're gonna take a quick intermission. I'm gonna pee and, grab those batteries. Chill. You're not that hungry. You have to delay what you want. That way it's better when you get it. It's kind of how life works, Fufa. You know, you got so much fat or something. I don't say that as an insult. I'm saying, like, you eat a lot. So, chill out. On the plus side, nothing happened in chat. Man, playing this on the Wii U gamepad must be really awkward. You know, I wish that, granted, like, it doesn't matter now because it's 2019. The Wii is dead, like, so far dead. I mean, that's been out for like 13 years now, something like that. But I wish that it had a way to show you how much battery life your Wii controller had. Okay, we're not spazzing out. Good stuff, good stuff. So I think we're back on. We're in a tight situation. We're just gonna go get hearts because the controller died at literally the worst moment. I was like, let me at least clear out this room. I always do things like that. I'm like, I need to do this first, and then I regret it. There are no pots in this room. It sucks. This is gonna be a very awkward fight here. Okay, fam. Come on, start breathing fire. But as I was saying, like, I feel like at this stage, I failed at YouTube so much that I need to find something else to fail at. I don't know why I keep trying that when it keeps missing. That's just how I feel about it. Oh, thank God. And the only reason I care about that heart is so the beeping will stop. Because, like, if I know what I'm doing, I can get through here without getting hurt. I mean, even the King Lord Dodongo fight isn't that bad. But yeah, like, it just feels like that sometimes. Like, it's time to just pick a new dream and just chase it. And I just, like, for my entire life, basically, you figure 12 years and I'm 24 and a half. So it's almost half of my life. YouTube has been a big thing for me. But, like, I mean, it still is. I mean, I still spend, you know, all this time every day catching up on YouTube and wasting my time watching videos on things that don't matter. I mean, I respect a good YouTube video, what can I say? But, it just really feels like at this stage, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna fail at YouTube no matter what. So maybe I should try something else. But it's like, even then, I enjoy YouTube. I enjoy the community. I get a really nice thrill out of when somebody friggin' comments on your video, something positive. When you get a new subscriber. And yes, I mean singular subscriber, not subscribers. Like, there are moments where that really... Wait. Ah, there's another pot. I mean, there are moments where that really... It means a lot to you at certain times. We're not worrying about gold sculpture loves. But, like... I don't know. It's just frustrating. At this stage of the game, I should be more successful than I am at YouTube. Even if I was only, not to throw them out as like a failure example, but like Good Old Days Gaming has 8,000 subscribers. If I was at that, I'd be happy. I mean, let alone, you know, the King Nappy level, where he has so many subscribers. I think he's at like 500,000. Where like he goes away and people start freaking out. I'm like, that must be nice. Which sounds really lonely. But I more so mean, like, to get to a point where your subscriber base cares about who you are as a person. But maybe that's my thing, because, like, I don't think the people I know care about me as a person. So it's like, maybe that's the problem. I expect random strangers on YouTube to care about me more than the people I know IRL, the people I actually do things for. I think that's just money, and we don't need money. Now, this is something that I still screw up. Told you guys. But yeah, it's a real bummer sometimes. Where I feel like I should be better than I am. I should be better off than I am as well. Yeah, I really am grateful that I don't have to do an archery challenge. But yeah, like it just feels like that sometimes. Again, I'm not saying like, man, I wish, everything was perfect in my life. Because perfect is overrated, if we're being honest. I don't want perfect. I want like a happy relationship and a job I enjoy doing, at least enough. Come over here, buddy. Come on. And I mean, I enjoy cutting the burgers. I enjoy playing manager. That's fun. But I don't enjoy working the grill. You know what I'm saying? Come on, buddy. Thank you, Link. I'm so glad you kept climbing. It took me so long. I think it was when I was going through with the emulator. The sensitivity on this left stick is freaking crazy. I think that was when I finally realized that that room in the room you battle with the those alphas, right? On the bottom floor of the same room. Like, it should have dawned on me way sooner than that, but it didn't. Yeah, I'm still stumped on this though, because every time I look over, we're still at 1. But again, when we were in that one room, we were up to 3. And we were working our way to the castle. I don't know. I'm probably overthinking it and caring more about it than I should. But it's just weird. You know, we're going to need the bombs equipped. I don't think we need the Deku sticks ever again, do we? And this camera angle's really low. But yeah, we've had a long, depressing conversation. We're officially at an hour and a half. Which is kind of mental if you think about it. Because remember I was talking about how if I was uploading these to YouTube, they'd be like 30-minute parts. And like, an hour and a half means this would be part 4. So like, not bad. You'd be beating Dodongo in part 4. Again, I have another hour. We might be able to beat Kid Link's part today. Which would be pretty cool. Pretty cool. I always forget to bring a, I think it's a bug that works in this room. Hold down the switch to avoid going through all this. Yeah, I don't know. After a while in this game, I am very content to let certain enemies hit me in certain spots. Like there. Like, I just wanted to jump, Link. I didn't want to grab the ledge. I know there's a fairy coming up soon. So, we'll be fine. Okay, all the enemies are coming for me. Fairy. Is that the one that gives us bombs? No, Deku seeds. We actually need those. Why have I wasted so many Deku? Oh yeah, because my aim is complete garbage right now. This is the one that gives us bombs. There's something so satisfying about seeing the number green. I don't know why. But it's not satisfying when it's my rupee count. Again, I'm kind of an idiot. I wasn't expecting the camera to change. But you'd imagine I'd be used to by now. We're gonna have fun with this Dodongo fight, though. And I learned something interesting. Apparently, the fight with Ganon, it's mapped how many times you hit him, not how strong your hits are. Which is kind of interesting if you think about it. Like, whoops. I was trying to keep moving. Doesn't matter, this is bombs. Why did I give you all these bombs? Like, how many bombs do you think I used? And even if I don't have bombs, you don't need bombs to fight King Dodongo. The bombs are there. Like, literally, there's a bomb flower right there. Oh, and we got a viewer. Cool. Cool, we're just fighting Dodongo. So that's all we're going through. I keep thinking maybe people are, like, tuning in because they need some randomized playthrough. Which, like, I don't know, because, like, nowadays you can't play, like, Pokemon games just normal. You have to randomize it or something. And that's just kind of the way it works. You need something. You need to, like, Nuzlocke it. There needs to be some extra difficulty. I'm not even doing a 3-heart run. Like, for real. We could have, in theory, been using Deku Sticks to finish the fight sooner. But I really wasn't in the mood for that. We already de-equipped Deku Sticks. And that's sadly all it boils down to. Is that I was like, I just don't want the Deku Sticks. I don't want to start and put Deku Sticks again. Basically. Because, like, I think this boss... Because I was mentioning how Ganon is mapped to a certain number of hits. Well, I think this boss is mapped to 2 hits. Where even if you come in here with, like, the Master Sword or the Bigger Sword, I think you still hit it twice. I think. Don't quote me on that. But I think that's the way he works. Which is interesting. Because, like, I assume it means he doesn't have a solid, like, health number. It's a hit number, which is just weird. Like, I don't know, I always thought they had, like, a certain HP value. Like, right now we have 5 hearts. It's our HP value, 5. Maybe that's the Pokemon player in me coming out. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, this is one of the things I don't like about the game. Again, I've mentioned it before. Cutscenes, like, I wish they were skippable. And I'm sure I'm going to feel this way when we get to, like, Wind Waker, or Twilight Princess, or any other, well, Breath of the Wild, too, because there's a lot of them there. Not really a lot, there's just the tutorial, and then there's a really long... Actually, you can skip things in that game. Now that I think about it, this is a classic scene, though. The Goron's chasing Link down to give him a hug, and then you spawn in a really weird spot. It's just interesting. Yeah, I would have left too, to be honest. So if, you know, just sitting here going through dialogue. But yeah. So, classic scene. I was watching a video about, I had mentioned that I was watching the video about the world record progression on beating Ocarina of Time. And how, basically they were saying about the wrong warp. And how the numbers line up and everything. And I wonder, because, like, I would assume that means this moment, like the random spawn that you have in a different spot because the Goron's chasing you, would be its own unique number in terms of, like, how 252 is the Deku tree and 256 is the cannon interior. I would assume that that does it too, which is interesting. I would assume it's got to have its own number. I haven't looked at the table. I was watching the video. I didn't care to, like, actually fact search it because, honestly, like, I'm not good enough to speedrun. I'm not. That's the one thing I hate about speedruns, is that, like, everything becomes so glitch heavy, and it's like, I can't glitch. So, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure I'm overthinking things, but, like, when it comes to glitches, it's just, like, I don't think they should be accepted. I know, like, some games have, like, a glitchless number, but I don't think Ocarina does. So, I mean, I guess technically that's like 100%, but I would assume that probably also has glitches in it. And again, one of the tags in here is no major glitches. Normally, I would do the well right now. Is it worth doing, though? Like, in seriousness, normally I would skip coming back. I would skip the Song of Storms entirely. But I don't see any downside to doing it. But I do have it in the tag, no major glitches, so I can't see it all. So maybe I shouldn't. I'm just gonna, yeah. There, no. Oh, goodness. Pick it up, roll it. We're having way too much trouble with this. I feel like I'm a little kid again. As a little kid, I used to struggle with this. And apparently today, I struggle with this too. We're gonna waste all our bombs. Okay. Okay. Why can't we have bomb arrows? Thank you. What did that take? Friggin' 10 bombs to do those 2? Like, that is mental. And I remember as a kid, like, well, I didn't like this part, but as an adult, like, this just is so different because I learned backpedaling is faster. And look, the stuff falling from the ceiling can't even come close to me. Like, the one oversight they made in this game. I want to watch out, Nabby. It's like classic soundbite, though. Watch out! Hey! And then you have the classic listen. Goes without saying. Kind of when one enemy drops bombs. Kind of sucks that one of like the only useful items right now we are gonna run out of. You know what? Screw. We're gonna skip past. Normally I wouldn't skip past them, but that's just entering the Death Mountain crater, which we don't need to do. There's really no benefit, even if we were going for that heart piece. I don't think we'd have enough time to get there. So let's see. We got 45-ish more minutes before I feel like I have to stop. I do think we can beat Jabu Jabu in that time. Because I think it took us only like 20-30 minutes-ish to beat the Dongo. And just time check, we are officially at, what, an hour and 40 minutes? And we are 2 spiritual stones in. We're getting our magic power now. Yeah. But Ocarina of Time has a lot of my favorite, like, my young memories in it. Where, like, things that I remember, a lot of my earliest memories are of this game, basically. As fumbly as I can make that sound. I remember being really young, couldn't get past the guards just to get in the castle. I was horrible at that. Can't remember who. I asked somebody to help me with it. They're like, no, I'm leaving right now. I remember that. There's my classic water temple memory. Where apparently I beat the water temple for somebody, and I'd have been like 4 or 5 at the time. I also remember bringing in N64 to my grandmother's house. Just to play the game more. I don't think it was me, I think it was like my brother or something. But like, it's crazy to think that gaming used to be like that big. That like, that would just be something you do. You'd be like, yeah, I'm bringing my N64. Like, I actually have the N64 down here. It's plugged in, so I can't pick it up, but the N64 is actually sitting there. I ordered one, I don't think it was last year or the year before, just so I could play it. It was really for Donkey Kong 64, which, in hilarious twist of fate, because I had to go to like a special store to get it. But the hilarious twist of fate part is that it's on the Wii U Virtual Console. Like, I wish people would have told me that the Wii U had, like, the best Virtual Console. Because I didn't know about it for the longest time. And then I find out about it, and I'm like, this is the greatest Virtual Console ever. It really is. Because, like, on the Wii Virtual Console, there was, like, you know, 10, 15 games I'd want. But on the Wii U one, it's like, everything is good. Now, we want to go to Lon Lon Ranch to get that extra bottle. That's just, like, one thing we literally can't miss out on. We need that bottle, because we need to get the fish. So, that's our next goal, right? Go to Lon Lon Ranch, win the bottle, and then we'll go win the silver rupee game. And earlier I was thinking all the times you need money. You need it for these 2 things. And they're like the only things you actually need money for, I think. Being the Deku shield, the bottle. Actually, now that I think about it, we don't need to do this because we get the 3rd bottle. And realistically, I mean, if I'm not gonna die on a 3-heart run with 3 bottles of fairies, I'm probably not gonna die on a regular run with 2 bottles of fairies, am I? I don't think there's a statistical point where that ever lines up. If you're with 3 hearts and 3 bottles, that's 9 more hearts, that's 12 hearts you have, basically. So, right now, I'm at 5 hearts. With 2 fairies, I'd be at 15. So I'd already balance it out. Even at the beginning, when we had 4 hearts, we'd still technically we'd still be equal with a 3-heart run with the 3rd bottle. Math can be fun, kids. Not that there's anybody watching, so there's definitely not kids watching. Do we want to cheat it? I've never actually cheated it before. Well, looks like we're not. What tarnation? But I ain't the forest keyed from the other day. Yeah, just throw your cuckoos, man. Just throw them. I want to marry your daughter. Give me your daughter's hand in marriage. Like, if you really think about this from like if this wasn't a video game sense, he throws 3 chickens into a pile of chickens. You can watch. And then he's like, if you find the 3 in 30 seconds, I'll let you marry my daughter. We gotta pay me 10 rupees. So... there's one. There's one of them. And there's a very real possibility that I fail this, just for the record. Especially with my inability to pick chickens up right now. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble picking them up. Yeah, I am gonna fail. I only picked up 1. How? Oh my... This is honestly like the worst playthrough I've had of this game in like a decade. And now he's like 5 rupees. What? God, man. You really want me to marry your daughter, don't you? And I don't blame you. I'd want me to marry my daughter. Is that one? No, I meant that one. No, is that one? Why am I sucking so much of this? Oh, thank God. Okay, so we're done our adventure, we're marrying Malon, and we're having a happy life. I mean, literally, Link would be living my life that I want to live, so they'd be 10, and Malon's also 10, so it's not really, but, you know. Oh, but instead he gives me a bottle of, you know, cow juices. That didn't go too poorly, I think. We got the 2nd bottle. That's at least done. If you really think about it, that's the only side quest I normally touch. Because normally, like all the other side quests in this game, that's like the one thing I think is weak about this game. Is that there really aren't any good side quests. If you seriously look at it, like what is the best side quest in this game? The Bigoron sword? The Happy Mask trading? Like no, those side quests suck. They really do. Because all it is take this here to person. At least the Happy Mask one, like, there's a question of, like, who do I take it to? But, like, there's just no... there's nothing to it. I don't know, maybe I'm nitpicking there. Because, like, I guess it sort of matters. Like, they count, they're not that bad, but... my point still stands, they're not that good either. I mean, like... if I've rated them on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give them like a 4. Like, I don't necessarily dislike doing them. Would I want to do them again? No. Who would? Let's get this magic. I know there's no more magic here. Unless there's not going to be magic here. Thanks, game. Of course, you stupid owl. You know, as much as I hate this owl, one of my favorite moments of this game is when you're in the spirit temple and the owl's there again. He's like sitting there watching over you. Like that. I don't know why I enjoy that so much. It's just like a throwback to an earlier point in the game. And I guess his appearance here isn't that bad. I just know that like if you leave the area for too long, he comes back. Like, I guess the mindset is, well, if somebody's stuck, I forgot to actually do anything. Then him coming back is like actually super helpful. But realistically, I'm not stuck. Okay. But you see what I'm saying? At the beginning of this, I said I kind of blitzed through this game. We're under 2 hours right now, and I am legitimately wondering if I can get everything done in 40 minutes. To get to basically, not the halfway point, but it's probably like a third point. Yeah, technically. Well, then again, I didn't do the well, so I stand corrected. Because normally I'd bang the well out real fast, because I hate the well. And I hate having to come back as Kid Link. Like, I like it in the Spirit Temple, but I hate it in the well. Again, I just hate the well in general. I know we could go for that heart piece. I don't really care. I think we'll only get like 1 extra heart. Because we can grab this heart piece, and that'll put us at 3. And granted, like, if you're watching this and you're going, Motherfucker doesn't know where the heart pieces are. I know where like 90% of them are. I'm only going for the ones that are like actually in the way. Because, like, this doesn't throw our rhythm off. We have 3 now. So, the one that's popping in my head, I don't know if it's actually the closest, but the one that's popping in my head is the one by the ice cavern. There's one in the ice cavern, there's 2 near it. So, we'd actually probably get 2 more. I'm trying to think which other ones we would get, though. They're, like, right there in the way. I don't know. I hate when that happens. But I don't know. I'm sure there's other ones that I'm not thinking of right now that I'll probably think of tonight while I'm sleeping and be like, do that one. Like, technically there's the freebie here, which for maybe the torches, right? And it appears behind the waterfall. So, I mean, I guess that's doable. But let's see. Then we'd have the 3 near the ice cavern. We need a 4th one. So we'd still be missing 1. I don't know. I'm blanking on heart pieces right now. Again, normally when I play this game, I do a 3 heart run. So it's like, normally heart pieces aren't even a thing. Oh, you know, there's the one behind Lon Lon Ranch. So we'll, maybe we'll get that one before we become adult. We'll make a pit stop to Lon Lon Ranch. Pick up that heart piece. And then quickly become adult Link. Yeah, I think we're just going to stop it once we become adult Link. And if that takes a little longer, it takes a little longer. I don't think it will. I could really see us getting done all this in 30 minutes. I don't know. Maybe I'm rushing it. I probably am. See, this is the one thing that one of the things that irritates me about not having people watch. Because if people were watching, there'd actually be like conversation going. You know, I'd be sitting here like, oh, well, should we do this? And I'd be looking over to see what the comments are. I just kind of want bombs. Where's there no bombs? Oh, well. I don't think we need bombs at all until Adult Link, do we? Because there aren't any bombable sections in Jabu Jabu. This fish. And then again, is there even a spot in the Forest Temple we need bombs? Or would it be the Fire Temple the next time we need them? I don't know. That could be the Silver Scale. And you know what? Even now, I'm not 100% certain I get the Golden Scale. Is that the fishing rod game? Like the fishing mini game? And I was just thinking while he was time, like, I want to switch shields. No, let me die. Here's I don't know. As a kid, I think I enjoyed the Zora's Domain, but as like an adult, it's just kind of like a thing. Again, a lot of this game becomes like that. It becomes like, I just gotta keep doing this. Earlier I was talking about memories. I was in, I can't remember if it was 4th or 5th grade, 2004-ish. For one, look, there's the water temple. Can't wait to get to do that. I guess we'll be doing that tomorrow, won't we? But, I remember we were in a different classroom one day. I think it was 5th grade, I think. It was 2005, 2004, 2005, somewhere in there. And, we were in a different classroom, and I felt around inside a desk, and there was the Ocarina of Time strategy guide in there. And I remember thinking, whoever sits here is so cool. They're bringing it to school, and they're reading it so when they go home, they can play better. I remember being really over the moon about that. I was like, man, I really wish I knew who it was. And I never found out. I probably should have, investigated a little bit, just to find out. Probably would have made a friend like that. It's Ocarina of Time. But I mean, in hindsight, it's Ocarina of Time. 7-8 million people have played this game. Probably more than that. Because nobody ever gets well, not nobody. A lot of people get a cartridge and they share it. So it's probably closer to 10, 15 million. And, yeah, so it really isn't that surprising. But I'm kind of a nerd, so I appreciate that. So yeah, he's gonna scoot over. We're gonna bust out the Diet Green Tea, right? I think it's first camera up here for it. I love the taste of this Diet Green Tea. It's the first time I've had it since before I moved. Things probably back in August or July. So it's been half a year. And I think I normally would get the regular, but the diet doesn't really allow me. Oh, we need the fish. We need the fish. What am I thinking? My diet doesn't really allow me to get stuff like that. Oh, we don't even need to get this one, because there's the heart piece right after you get the hook. So that'll give us another one. We'll go to Lon Lon Ranch, we'll get a full heart container and then we'll get one adult. Okay, that's good, that's good. Let's get just a fish. Oh, I keep forgetting what button it is. But yeah. So we'll get one heart container as Kid Link, one as Adult Link. I know where all of them are. I mean, in theory, because I was wondering, again, when I started playing Ocarina, I was when I started thinking about it, I'm what should I do to make this run, pop? Something special about it. And I was considering, maybe I should go through these games 100%. But I think about it and I go, but then that means Breath of the Wild. And not that I would get all the Korok seeds, because I'm not stupid. But that would mean getting all of the shrines. And that just... I don't think I'll ever do that again. So, remember earlier, not that you guys... nobody's here right now anyway, and nobody saw yesterday, so it doesn't matter. Oh god. Oh god. I hit up. I hit up. I hit up. I hit up. Okay, we were close enough. But, you can see the ice cap over there. But, I was talking about how I'm gonna badmouth some Zelda games, and it's not gonna make sense when I say it, but in hindsight, it's going to make sense. I was gonna badmouth Majora's Mask, Link to the Past. I didn't mention Breath of the Wild. I'm gonna badmouth Breath of the Wild when we get to playing it. When ease. Come on, shoot me again. I shouldn't have moved after you shot me. But, my real issue with Breath of the Wild, because I do think I might have mentioned it, because Breath of the Wild is so shallow. So there's no character development at all. On top of that, there's too much. As dumb as that sounds, I hate the mindset that people have that more is better. So, like, if I go and I play, like, freaking, I don't know, Red Dead Redemption 2, the thing that makes it better isn't, wow, there's so much crap to do. What makes it better is everything else. Now that I've played it, I don't friggin' know. But, people put too much emphasis on the wow, there's a lot of stuff. So when I say that, I mean, like, 120 shrines. And then when you do them, there really isn't anything to them. Like, they're just boring. Honestly, when we play through it, we'll probably have to make note. But I wouldn't do all 120 shrines. I'd say there's probably like 20 of them that I actually enjoy doing. And the rest of them, it was like a process of just, I have to do them. And that's not the way it should feel. And the benefit of doing them, I get why why Nintendo set it up to where you wouldn't lose out on not doing all the shrines. Really, you can get away with not doing, like, all of the shrines. You can get away with trying not doing any of them, to be honest. But, in reality, it's like, because the prize is so useless, it just makes you not want to do them. The only shrines I remember really enjoying are, like, the major test of strengths. And even they got boring because once you clear, like, your first one, as long as you don't run into another one for a while, you're pretty much good. Like, there's never going to be another one where you're like, man, I can't beat this. Because you've already figured out how to beat it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it just seems like overkill. There's too many shrines. They're not fun. Like, granted, I say this, so, like, this has been one of my critiques of the game. That, basically, once you do the game once, there's nothing new, right? And I say that, and here I am playing Ocarina of Time. I wish I knew for how many times I played it. I wish I knew. Because I played it way too many times, right? But Breath of the Wild, like, there isn't enough different. Like, the puzzles, because the shrines are so short, I think I normally go left, and there's nothing to go left. I think it's right, we gotta go first. But, this switch, it doesn't look like you can press it down. Okay, so we can take Ruto with us for this one. Look at how happy she looks. But, the puzzles, normally it's like a one puzzle thing. Ah, okay, we're in this room. I'm like, where are all the enemies? But, like, if you seriously think about it, the puzzles in that game, like, if I go to do a shrine again, I'm probably not gonna have fun doing it again. Because all the puzzles are, like, so base level. If that makes sense. I don't think it does. And you have to probably, like, well, nobody's watching, but if you were watching, you'd probably be like, Alex, you're a freaking idiot. You're a stupid idiot. And I get why you would say that, but, like, to me, it makes perfect sense. Like, the puzzles, once you've done them, they're not fun. I've never gotten her to do that before. I'm sorry, normally I leave her by the door. That's kind of humorous. We can still open it while she's on top. Oh my god! Jump in that booty. Okay. Okay, we got the boom right. Look, the camera angle had to change. This is the first time I've done it like this, okay? I'm sorry. If you're watching this on YouTube or whatever, I know I seem like an idiot for that, but man, I really got a kick out of that. But, Want me to grab her? I guess I can probably backflip onto the chest, right? We can't get on the chest to grab her, can we? What? Dang it. There we go. Let's go. But like Breath of the Wild, like it doesn't appeal to me. It doesn't have replayability to me. Another one first. And that's kind of a big deal. That's why I only put it as my number 3 favorite Zelda game. Because honestly, it deserves to be higher than that. Oh, do we have to do this one? This is the one we gotta leave her on, isn't it? But yeah, like, there's no excitement for me for playing it again. As dumb as that sounds, like, I don't know, I think I have to be in the mood for it. And there's no other Zelda game where I have to, like, really be in the mood for it. Maybe like Zelda 1. But, like, well, and there's never a mood for Zelda 2. But, like, there just isn't, like, I couldn't play it right now. And it'll be interesting when we get to it, whenever I decide that we're doing it next. I don't know, because maybe next week we'll do Skyward Sword, maybe, just to get it out of the way. Because I don't want to do too many good Zelda games at the start, and then dread it, and then stop doing them. That would be, like, the worst thing that could happen. So, I know Navi, I know. You know, she doesn't stop us, well, she stops us once in the second dungeon. So, correction, I think she stops the same amount of times in both. But, I was saying how I might want to do Skyward Sword next. So I've never finished Skyward Sword, and well, I got like an hour in it and then I stopped. Let me actually pick these up, because we need seeds just to fix the OCD a little bit. Not that I actually have OCD, and I'm sorry if that offends anybody. It shouldn't offend anybody. Everybody says they have OCD and they don't have it, so it shouldn't matter. But, yeah. I can't remember what my train of thought was. What about Breath of the Wild? Skyward Sword. Oh, so we might do Skyward Sword next week, because I'm pretty sure we'll beat this tomorrow. I don't see any world where we don't. Say each temple takes like an hour, which it really shouldn't. But even then, we're looking at like 6 hours. And then again, we might not finish. We might have to finish Wednesday. Because, in reality, the temple shouldn't take us that long. They really shouldn't. I mean, the water temple might. The shadow temple's insanely linear, so it shouldn't. But then we have to do the well. So it might. I don't know. But we'll be figuring that out tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, I do think we're just gonna finish it with Kid Link and then be done for today. But it's like, I don't know. I think that's what we're gonna do. We'll do Skyward Sword next, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I want to do. I don't want to waste Wind Waker. I don't want to waste Wind Waker. Oh, we need to go north. I don't want to waste Wind Waker right after Ocarina. But then again, if I do Skyward Sword, we can do Minish Cap after that. And I think, because like, so I'm not gonna stream 27. Not that anybody's like religiously watching. But I'm not going to. The Royal Rumble's gonna be on, and I'd rather. Ray's gonna come over. I'm gonna watch the Royal Rumble. He says he's gonna come over. Wouldn't surprise me if he does. But like, if he does, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna watch the Royal Rumble either way. Which, don't judge me. And in doing that, it'll probably put us in a situation where we'll have a 2-day week that week. So if we do Skyward Sword and if we're able to complete it, then we could do Minish Cap after that. And then we'd be literally right at the point of the splits. I can't remember. Is it that one or is it? I think it's this one. Oh, you know, we were ignoring the Skulltulas. Well, we get this bigger wallet. It doesn't matter. But, oh, Ruda's all excited. She's getting wet. But, that would probably be the best way to do it, now that I think about it. But then again, that implies we beat Skyward Sword in 3 days. But then again, I'll probably be able to stream more Monday. Because the reason I was able to I only started streaming so late today was because I had, like, actual IRL things to do. I had to go to the DMV, go to the bank to pay my house loan. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think that'd probably be the way to do it. I'd be able to squeeze some extra time. And if we start streaming early enough on Sunday, I think we'd be able to do it. I don't know, though, because I don't know the game. I don't think, because I never finished it. Gabrielle finished it. And if Gabrielle can finish it, and that was... I feel like I'd be able to finish it, to be honest. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it in a negative way, like, God, if Gabrielle could finish it. But, like, if she can finish it, then I should be able to finish it too. Right? In theory, at least. There we go. It's a one-hit knockout. I'm sorry, I think the expression is, it's a one-hit wonder. Either way. We're going to take one of those hearts. It's quarter low. But yeah, I think if she can beat it, because well, she was playing it a lot, though. It'll be an interesting case study, to be honest. Let's grab that fairy. And then we're going to trap it in a bottle for 7 years. We're a monster. But, yeah, I think that'd probably be the way to do it. We really don't need that. Let's equip the bombs instead. And that way we can see if our bomb count goes up. We really can't find bombs. It's interesting because I just played Link to the Past. I don't want to pick that up! Link, stupid! But, in Link to the Past, I feel like I was never low on bombs. The game is always throwing bombs at you. Which is kind of interesting. I'm just like, screw it, let him hit me. I don't care. But, it's just weird, because we haven't gotten bombs in a while. Because if you think about it, the bombs we need, we use them to get the magic. Which reminds me, we're gonna have to stop and get the, Inspire. Or I will forget it. We'll probably get, Fair's Win, too. While we're at it. I mean, yeah, we beat the dungeon pretty fast. And I really doubt Fair's Win is gonna take too long. And then again, we got fairies. We'll be fine. I can't imagine a scenario where we actually lose. Maybe we need to get a fairy, but I'm so glad I didn't, because a lot of times I'll do, oh yeah. Or back in the day, I'd do a side hop, but like if it fails big time, and then you're falling down, you have to climb all the way back up again, and I'm just not feeling like wasting my time like that. So we're in the Baronade fight, which is pretty interesting. It's probably one of the best bosses. I back that up. Phantom Ganon's cool, Lavagia's cool, Morpha's cool. Bongo is okay, and Twin. Yeah, Kumi and Katagi, I'm just gonna call them that. Kumi and Katagi. So, there's a lot of really good bosses. I was gonna say this is probably one of the better ones, but in reality, it's probably really good. We throw this in. No, Link. Give him my back. We are really goofing it. Get it, Boomerang. Oh wow, the Boomerang missed. Boomerang has no range in this game. not like freaking wall. Link to the Past. That's crazy. After you get it updated, like it'll go across like the whole freaking screen. I think it actually will go across the screen. Abby, shut up. And we're gonna speed run this. Oh no, you hit me. Get out of the ground. Well, again. There we go. We beat him in 2 minutes. Jesus Christ. We're not making the time I thought we'd be making. But then again, when I started the prediction, I was like, we're not going for heart pieces. And then I was kind of like, well, let's do heart pieces. Just because we need the Din's Fire and Ferris one, which I completely forgot about those. I also forgot that Princess Ruto talks a lot here. And then we have a really long talk with Rauru. And we have a really long talk with, there's the Ganondorf cutscene. So yeah, there's a lot. Maybe 20 more minutes of stream. Maybe. But then anyway, we gotta go, we'll be passing the castle anyway, now that I think about it. So we'll get Ferris Win real fast. We'll go to Lon Lon Ranch, get that heart piece. That'll fill us up to 7. Then we'll turn around, go to Hyrule, watch that cutscene. We'll go get Din's Fire. Should we look for the soldier? Let's look for the soldier too. I mean, why not, right? I'm gonna mash on B and I'm gonna respond in text real fast. Harden ropes for 50 some odd points. Okay. I don't care about like anything that happened on my phone. I'm gonna drink some more tea. And we're gonna thank God that my phone didn't just flip off. Come on. When we get to the part where you swim back and you gesture to me, I'll marry you, don't worry. Who wouldn't marry you, Princess Ruto? Yeah, Jabu, if you really think about it, it's a really short dungeon. Because I think we beat him in 20 minutes. Like, the whole thing. Might have been like 30. I don't know. It's so linear. I must say, like, I know why we need the Kid Link dungeons, and I'm fine with that. But they kind of suck. Suck is a hard word. They don't suck. It's just that they're not, like, they're mediocre. Like, I'd still take any of them over almost any dungeon in Link to the Past. But I think that's more stating about how I feel about Link to the Past than anything. Because, honestly, like, Link to the Past dungeons kind of suck. But, like, I wonder if there's a way the game tells you that there's something back here. I mean, I guess in theory, if you walk, well, if you're looking at your map, you should see that there's a little platform, and then there's the rocks there, so. Sometimes I wonder if, like, it was my first time playing, how I would have figured these things out. But in theory, that wouldn't have been that hard to figure out. But yeah. Come on. Yeah, she comes out of the pool. The pool. I'm sorry if I seem a little disinterested right now. Because literally right now, all we're doing is just pointless crap. Just to be ready when we become adult Link. It's worth mentioning, and not that anybody's watching. Maybe if you're watching this on YouTube and you get here before I start streaming tomorrow. I think I'll be streaming at 6. Maybe I won't be. I don't know. I might be streaming earlier. I guess just follow the Twitch if you really care. Not that you do. But, normally I do the Fire Temple first. But then again, I think I did it first when I played through it on stream. On the Dons of Gaming. So it'd almost be too simple to do it first again. It'd be too repetitive. Too linear. I'm just gonna do it the same way I always do it. But in reality, it's like the only dungeon you can do out of order That's the one thing I don't like about this game. I wish you could do the dungeons out of order. As dumb as that sounds, like, think about how much cooler it would be if, like you become adult Link and you're like, I don't like the forest temple, I don't like the fire temple, let me do the water temple. But you can't, because you need the bow to do it. And then it's like, well, say you want to do the shadow temple first. Well, you really can't. I don't think you need the bow, but... No, you do, because there's one room, I think. I don't know if it's necessary, though. I don't know, don't quote me on it. But, like, you have to do the dungeons in a specific order. The fire temple, like, I think they tried to design it to where you would need to do the forest temple first, and they goofed, and made it to where you could do it in whatever order. Because there's only the one spot, and you climb the fence. I wonder if that was by design or not. Because, like, in seriousness, there's a one spot where you need the bow. And that one spot, you don't need it. Because for one, all it needs is the compass. I think it's the compass. And two, it's like you can kind of get away without getting it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Now that I think about it, we won't have the Kuko. Although we just go for this heart piece. But I don't think Link can get it without the... Well, young Link, I don't think you can get it without the Kuko. But then again, I come back here as adult Link. So screw going to Lon Lon Ranch. We're not going to do that. We'll get that heart piece when we come back as adult Link. But then again, let's get it now. Because now that I think about it, I'm like, I kind of wanted to have 7 hearts and have the adult Link. Be like poetic justice. Because, you know, 7 years, you're stuck in the sacred realm. So like, let's just do that. We'll get this heart piece, and then... We won't need to go to Lon Lon Ranch, which should save us some time. We will have to go get Din's Fire, because if not, I will forget it until we go to the Shadow Temple. And then I'll be standing out there like an idiot going, wait, we didn't get Din's Fire? Or I'll be sitting here thinking about it the whole time, getting anxious about it, like, I'm gonna forget Din's Fire. Either way, not a good time for me. I wish I could remember the heart pieces better right now. Because I'm considering maybe we should go for a 3rd heart container. Because that'd be kind of cool, to be honest. If we went for 3, because then you figure, what, 8 dungeons, you get 11, you get 14 hearts at the end of the game. That'd be a decent amount. But I can't think of heart pieces that are in, like, obvious spots. Ones that, like, you can't miss. Oh, you know, now that I think about it, we need the Kuko, don't we? Again, haven't gone for heart pieces in a while. Okay, we made it, not that bad. Alright, we can do this. Because I'm trying to think about it, and I think a lot of them are like mini-game based. And mini-games, they take time. I mean, beating him with 13 hearts isn't bad. No! I wanted to ride you back. You would have saved me so much time. I feel like sometimes you can actually land over there. And then again, it literally makes no difference. Because it doesn't speed me up. But yeah, that guy Brandon at work said that he thinks the reason we enjoy Ocarina of Time so much is we nostalgia a lot. And maybe we do. Maybe. But I don't know. The game also deserves it. What was the heart piece? Because now I'm sitting thinking we get 3 near the ice cavern. Oh, and the one in the windmill. Okay. But yeah, maybe we do give it too much nostalgia. Like, how can you not enjoy this game? Like, in serious, and I'm sure this is nostalgia talking, but look at that grass! Like, yeah, it's mediocre grass, but look at it! It just looks so good. I mean, man, the dungeons are so good. Like, maybe what I should do, because I'm thinking about, like, making an actual hierarchy as we go. And so that way, like, say we do Skyward Sword next, I'm like, Ocarina of Time is better than Skyward Sword. I'd sit there, and then we go to Minish Cap, and I go, well, Minish Cap sits here in the hierarchy. Like, that way, there's, like, actually some, like, real-world benefit out of me doing this. Because I can sit there and, like, rank all the Legend of Zelda games. Which could be pretty cool. Could be pretty cool. But, if I'm gonna do that, I want to actually sit there and talk about them. Which maybe I'll do during the credits. And just cram it all in there. Man, she is such a good throw. I'm sure that's been mentioned a million trillion times. But that is such a good throw. For it to be an Ocarina, because I highly doubt Ocarinas throw that well. Because you figure it's not equal on both sides. You have the mouthpiece and the hole. And it's raining, so it's wet. She doesn't lose her grip. Like, Zelda right there, real MVP of this entire game. But, I think it doesn't question the 10-year-old with a sword. I mean, I guess then again he does, because he knows to come back. So. I don't know. I'm just But if I'm gonna do that, I was thinking about doing a part where I go, what is it that this game does the best? So, like Majora's Mask, the obvious answer is side quests. I think that's incorrect, though. I don't know what I think I'm going to think it is. Like, because just off the top of my head, I think side quest. Clearly, it can't be the dungeons, because the dungeons suck. I mean, it's the story. The story isn't that good either. I mean, then again, it's a Legend of Zelda game, so the story can't be that good. Maybe I give Legend of Zelda games too much crap. Like, I want a really good story. Like we'll use Breath of the Wild as for instance. The thing Breath of the Wild does better than any other Zelda game is how open world it is. That is what it does best. So I'm thinking about doing something like that at the end of every, like, semi-review. Maybe I will make them a review and then put them on YouTube. And that'll give you something to do on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You know, not streaming those days. Which could add, you know, something to it. And I think of, like, a real clickbait title to get people to watch them. Be like, is Ocarina of Time the worst Legend of Zelda game? I once read this advice, and it's like, whenever a newspaper or whatever, or anything, media, I guess, starts the question with, is this? The answer is always no. Because, like, they want to grab your attention. So, I don't know, I think of that every time I think of a clickbaity title. I'm like, clearly this isn't the answer, right? But, I mean, technically, we might cram in more. Zoe isn't home yet. I don't know how long it's going to take her to get home. She's taking train, so I might be able to go to 11. So that might give us more time. I mean, yeah. Oops. Forgot about the A. Maybe we'll squeeze in a little more. Maybe. Because we can definitely get the Minuet of Forest by 11. Because all that is we'll get Din's Fire. We'll have a really long talk with Rory. That might be like 10 minutes. And then we'll go get the hook shot. That'll be another like 10 minutes. But getting the Minuet of Forest should be like 10 minutes. And then we'll be done. And that we should wait until 11:06. Hopefully that would pan out that way. That would be exactly 3 hours. And it'd be kind of interesting. Because we're definitely not making that good of pace, to be honest. But I'm happy with it. I'll never complain about it if I take 8 hours to beat this game versus 6. Right? That's just asinine. But, like, I mean, it's worth considering. I believe is he over here? I think he's over here. This is like one of the weirdest things. He's not here. Is he over there? There he is. I didn't know about this for the longest time. You're the boy from the forest. I finally met you. I have something to tell you. Ganondorf, the Gerudo King of Thieves, betrayed our king. Zelda's nanny, Impa, sensed danger and escaped from the castle with our princess. I tried to stop Ganondorf's men from chasing them. How does Ganondorf have men? But the princess was waiting for a boy from the forest. That's you. She wanted to give something to the boy. We received it from the princess. Hurry to the Temple of Time. And it took me to like 2 years ago to know that was a thing in this game. That is a sad thing. It is so off to the side. It's kind of sad how off to the side it is, to be honest. Because that's one of the coolest things. Like, I get why it is. Because, like, I don't think Nintendo wants, like, little kids to, like, come to grips with the fact he dies. Because I don't think there's any mention of death actually in this game. Even when you battle Ganondorf, you're only sending him to the Sacred Realm. There's never a point where you witness a character dying, is there? I mean, even in the Boru, like, it's hinted at that all the sages are dead. But, like, it isn't explicitly stated. He is the only character in this entire game to die. As weird as that sounds, for it to be a Legend of Zelda game, there's a character who dies. I don't know. But yeah, we'll go get the menu out of Forest. I mean, unless we start getting messages between now and when we get done the Rauru talk. Because then we also have the long Sheik. I forgot about that. Again, the 3DS version of this game does so many things right. Can we real talk for a second about 3DS remakes? The Ocarina of Time 3DS remake is legitimately the best remake of all time. Maybe the Final Fantasy X remake might edge it out, in my opinion. Might. Just because you have the PAL versions, you get penance and all that jazz, and the Dark Aeons. Maybe it edges it out. But, man, Ocarina of Time 3DS remake is so good. Think about it. The text goes fast. That's literally the only thing they needed to change. I don't know. Oh, they added a gyroscope, and the gyroscope was so nice. Because, like, legitimately, you'd be sitting there and you'd use the gyroscope naturally. Like, I had less issue with the gyroscope than I did figuring out how to play Link to the Past on the Wii U gamepad. And it's a gyroscope. I'm not smart. I don't know how a gyroscope works. But, like, man. You know, we could have just gotten caught by the guards. Why am I making this hard for myself? Throw me out, guard. There we go. That way we don't have to climb over everything. But the Majora's Mask 3DS remake sucks! Just because they screw up the boss fights, and they really screw up the boss fights. If you ever get a chance, play the 3DS remake. Garbage. That was the first moment where I went, maybe this game isn't as good as I thought it was. And then when we did it on the stream, it kind of compounded matters, and now I've this... I don't know, granted, my opinion might change. It really might. But man, like, if you seriously look at it, it's like, that 3DS remake is so bad. And I think the thing, for one, I don't like the way they did the timer, like, on the bottom. I hated that. But they screwed up the boss fights. Goat used to be debatably my favorite boss. When the N64 version is great. It's like, you have to battle him twice most of the time, because, you know, you battle him on your first 3-day cycle trying to beat Snowhead, and then on the second 3-day cycle so you can get your sword upgraded. But man, that is such a good boss. Like, that is the best thing about Majora's Mask. It really is. That and the Fierce Deity Link Mask. Anything else, I can leave it. The Odawa fight's kind of cool too. But aside from those things, it's like, it's not that good of a game. But the 3DS remake just destroys it. Like, they start changing the way you fight bosses. That was bad enough. And then they, like, switch items around. And now that I think about it, I'm not counting the Wind Waker remake. Because the Wind Waker remake, the special sale. And they have it to where you can quickly set the, move the direction of the wind. And apparently in the Twilight Princess remake, not that I've played it yet, but apparently you can, it's set up so that way, instead of getting 16 of the light things or whatever, you only get 12. Which is pretty cool, I think. I mean, that saves some time. Real talk, I hated doing that. As a kid, I never quite understood this part. Even though Ganondorf explicitly states it, I'm a stupid kid. But, like, I don't think I ever comprehended, like, he was just waiting for us to go in. Like, how would he have known? It's because honestly, even when we were watching the cutscene of him on the horse, I forgot about it. And it's like, I should be better than that. Reese, stop. Don't hiss at her. Wake up, stream. The Chosen One! And now I have this really long talk with Rauru. I wish I had saved some energy, some hutsa for this, because this will be a hot minute. But man, as a kid, I just didn't understand this part. And then you have this really long talk with Rauru after a really long thing with Zelda, because normally I wouldn't go for Din's Fire right then. I'd go for it after I beat the Dongo's Cavern. So, like, it was just so much story just crammed into one, like, 10-15 minute span. And, like, the dialogue just moves so slow. I hate how slow it moves. Again, I would legitimately consider playing the Japanese version. I would legitimately consider that. Just because the dialogue moves faster. The 3DS version, the graphic increase doesn't matter to me at all. It's the fact that the text moves faster. Look at how good Link looks in this game. Now that I think about it, I don't, like, at least after Ocarina, I don't think there's a bad looking Link. Because, I mean, I didn't get far in Skyward, so he looked a little kind of awkward. But, like, Breath of the Wild Link looks awesome. Ocarina Link looks awesome. Majora's Mask Link is basically the same thing, but he looks awesome. Wind Waker Link looks awesome. Twilight Princess Link looks pretty cool. I don't know, because I always picture him in Ordon instead of, I think that's what it's called, instead of, like, later on in the game, because the beginning of the game is so long. That's one thing I dread about doing that game. It's just, it's so slow. So, let me think here. Actually, I'm not even going to think. I'm just going to minimize everything. So it goes Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess. But in theory, I could do Wind Waker next. But then again, well, I'd be doing this, then Skyward Sword, then Minish Cap. Ignoring this, we'd be on, you know, we'd be in a decent order with the timeline. Because we gotta wait as long as we can to do the hero is defeated timeline. We do Majora's Mask after that. Because then we'd have like a meh game. We'd go to Twilight Princess. And then we'd be able to go to Wind Waker. But that'd be two really good games back to back. If we do Wind Waker, we can do Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks after that. At which point we'd have to do Majora's Mask. But that'd be like 3 meh games back to back to back. But then we'd have Twilight Princess, and then we'd be going to Link to the Past again. Which would make it a pretty decent run. Again, I was kind of hoping we'd get, like, people watching, and as horrible as this sounds, donating money. And then we'd be able to actually have enough money to get the 3DS recording crap. Because from the way I look at it, we won't be able to have a way to do the Oracle games legally. Or Link's Awakening. So, but they're all available in the 3DS shop. But I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, and I love this room. I love the medallion sitting on the floor. I love that. I'm an idiot for this game. I really am. But again, look at how good Link looks. And I'm gonna nerd out over something for a second, and I thought it would take less time than it is, because it's 10:43 now. But I love the way the Master Sword looks on your B button. I don't know why, I just love it so much. But yeah. I don't remember what I was going on about. About the order of the games. And then I was hoping that we'd have people donating. So if we delayed the 3DS Virtual Console ones, we'd be able to just do it at that point. But I can see now we will clearly never hit that point. So it doesn't matter. I mean, we'll just do it illegally instead of legally. I mean, no, we wouldn't do it illegally. I'd rather just, you know, have the freaking, the money. But, meh. Oh well. Maybe at that point we'll take a... I'd rather not take a break, though. I guess we could do Breath of the Wild then, and that would at least fill up, like, 2 weeks. At least. That'd give us a little more time, but I highly doubt even then we'd have money coming in. I don't know why I thought we might. But, meh, because I'm stupid. I get stupidly hopeful about things. Where I'm like, well, maybe there's a chance this works out. And I know it won't. I know it won't. I should have known better. Because, like, in hindsight, the conversation we're having as we went to Dodongo's Cavern is literally been on YouTube for 12 years and I haven't made any money off of it. Why I think me streaming Zelda games will suddenly be the thing that, you know, changes that. I don't know. Stupid. This used to horrify me. And I guess maybe that's one of the reasons I love this game so much. Because, like, man, like, as a kid, this really messed with you. It really did. We gotta go get the hook shot. Let me reorganize our items. Because the order is horrible. And I love how it has to equip the friggin' Deku Nuts. I always forget about that, because, like, I never use the Deku Nuts. Me using them in the Queen Goma fight was more of me just kind of messing around with it. Oh, but look at the Master Sword up there on the top of the screen. Look at how good it looks. That is the best looking sword I've ever seen. Because I don't even think it looks like that. Like, I guess it sort of does, but it looks rounded. And I guess it's to, you know, make it easier to make. But man, it looks round. And this is one of my favorite things. Yeah, Link can jump up there now. He's a big boy. Well, let's see if I can remember how to glitch into the, that room. I think I can still figure it out. Because I don't think it's that complicated. Yeah. I mean, like, I know I said no glitches, but, like, we already got the benefit out of it. That's just so weird. I remember when I found YouTube and, like, seeing these and I was like, this is crazy. Good, nothing. But, like, man. And I guess, not that it's like a shout out, because I have nobody watching and nobody cares what I put up, so it doesn't matter. But, like, shout out to Mr. Gruns and Brian MP16. All the Legend of Zelda videos they put up. I used to love those videos. Man, all the glitches and stuff. I think I went in the wrong grave. Yeah. Do we have an open bottle? No, we don't. I guess this was a bad goof on my part. Can't believe I forgot what grave it was. That's actually kind of embarrassing, to be honest. Is it that one? I think it's this one. This one lines up better with the well. I love how often I get hurt. I'm like, I just don't care. There we go. Good old Dampy. Now, I'm not necessarily a fan of doing this because of things like that. And this is one of those things I used to really suck at as a kid. Like, you think I suck at the game now? You should have seen me when I was like 10. I guess it didn't help that I didn't learn his path. And I wasn't as good at dodging the fire as I am now. I also learned to roll. So there's that. Well, now that I'm rolling, he's even further away. But I think that's just more of what he's supposed to do there. You can invite him. Oh, you douche. There's that way, we might have lost right there. Whew. We did horrible. Normally I get there at like 107. It doesn't matter. We got the hook shot. And as I said with Link to the Past, the hook shot is like the best item in freaking the Zelda franchise, to be honest. Like, I don't think that's exaggeration. It really is. I'll never race you again, Dampy. We have like a love-hate relationship with that. Like, the whole thing's kind of silly and pointless. So I don't know if I love it. But at the same point, like, it's an iconic moment in this game. And I love how Link is so manly that he pulls off the leggings. And then even in another Zelda game, he pulls off scarves. Like, God, he's so manly. I wish I was that manly. No. No, I'm kind of cool with who I am. Kind of. A little bit. As we learned earlier. We'll put the bombs on the, no, the bombs on the right. Yeah. We haven't saved once. As a kid, I remember getting stuck here, too, because I didn't realize the Song of Time would save me. Like, how are you supposed to know that? I don't know. Again, stupid kid, stupid kid. And apparently there's a way to get over there without using the windmill. And I think we can show me Ocarina and get the Song of Storms now, can't we? I don't know. Either way, we're gonna do it. We're gonna see if we can. I forgot that Y and X are useless buttons. I think I clicked into the chat like we were gonna use the chat. God, I'm so stupid. A down up, A down up. And then this will allow us to get into the well when we come back for it. Because, yeah, we're going to do things in order. I mean, I guess that was kind of obvious by the fact that I said we're going to get the menu at a forest. But, meh. Doesn't matter. How would you know you're supposed to go in the well? And how would you know that's even a thing? Because you think about it, if you don't talk to him, and, like, this is part of the game that doesn't make any sense. And it's always kind of tripped me up mentally. So, we learned the song as adult Link. So, we didn't know it as Kid Link. So, in theory, we never had that knowledge, so we would have never done it. So, why is the game set up like that? You know what we're going to do? We're going to go get the red tunic, too. Oh, I'm sorry, the Goron tunic. I mean, that shouldn't take too long. We're low on bombs, though. We'll use the bomb flowers. Because then we can quickly go from there to the forest. And I mean, I guess while we're here, we'll get the Bolero of Fire, too. And that way, tomorrow we can kind of blitz through these games. This game, not these games. Stop! God, I'm stupid. This is the first time we got magic! I haven't picked up bombs in like a month, but we got magic. I mean, I guess the game kind of doesn't have much to give us right now. Deku nuts, bombs, hearts, rubies, or magic. But yeah, we'll do this, and then that means tomorrow when we start, we'll be able to do the Forest Temple, say it takes an hour. And we got to go straight to the Fire Temple. Like literally, we'll pour Ocarina out, down A, right down, right down. Will be the Fire Temple. Cruise our way through there. That should be another hour. And then by that point, after that, we'll have to do the Ice Cavern. That part sucks. I hate the Ice Cavern. Legitimately might be the worst part of the game. So I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys. I suck at this. Like, legitimately, I suck at it. Because even more awkward, because then he'll turn around if he sees the bomb. No! Oh my goodness, because I don't like wasting my bombs. And of course I don't. You can see how many bombs I have. That really sucked. I don't know why I picked it up. He's gonna get over here before we're done with it. We can probably kill like 2 bomb flowers before he gets over here. Well, let's do that. Oh, thank God. It's Stream! The legendary hero of the Gorons! Okay. No! Oh, goodness gracious. No. There we go. Oh, thank God. Because Stream is a really uncommon name. But yeah, by doing this, we'll be pretty well set up for tomorrow, actually. We'll be able to literally play the menu out of forest the moment we spawn. The moment we start. Do the forest temple. Bolero of Fire, boom, we're the fire temple. And then, at that point, we'll have to go get everything done for the ice cavern. I hate the ice cavern. Then we'll be at the water temple, so like that's 4 hours-ish. About the dragon. And then from there, we might then do the shadow temple. Because now that I think about it, I'm like, it just depends how long we take in the temples. But the fire temple, I know it's going to take a minute. At least an hour. And the forest temple probably will too. About the Gorons? Shadow temple probably won't though. The water temple will. So maybe I'll have to start streaming early. Like 3, 4 o'clock. Just to blitz through as much of it as possible. I don't know. I guess that's what we're gonna have to do. We got our tunic. But then again, honestly, while I'm sitting here waiting, maybe to squeeze in more content to get done, I just wouldn't do the ice cavern, because the ice cavern, I don't know what we could do, to be honest. Because we can't do the ice cavern, we'd have to get rid of our fairies. And I'd rather lose them organically, plus it would take just too much time. And that would be the only way to get the next warp song. And we wouldn't be able to warp back there. We'd have to finish it. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we'll stop it. Just right there. I'd like to finish more. But at the same point, we might not be able to. We wouldn't be able to finish the Forest Temple if we wanted to right now. We wouldn't be able to finish the Fire Temple. We can't get into the Shadow Temple yet. That'd be the only one we could debate doing. I mean, in theory, we don't have the long shots. We can't get to the Spirit Temple. Unless we did the opponent stuff. We don't have Zelda's Lullaby. We can't go back in time until we beat the Forest Temple. We could do that, but it's not really an option. Because the Gerudo Fortress should only take like half an hour. That would be super helpful to get it done. Do the thing so we can just wander around the Gerudo Fortress however we want. And then that'd be a really decent spot to be in. Because I'd say that like 30 minutes when we get there. But I'm sorry that all I'm talking about is what we're going to do for the last little bit of time. It's kind of silly because it's like, well, it doesn't matter. I mean, nobody's watching. And all we're doing is trying to save a little bit of time for tomorrow. I don't know. Because we're about to get to the point where I need to make up my mind on what we can do. And I mean, we wouldn't want to set the Forest Temple because that's just a horrible idea. Even if we went to where we got the bow, it would still put us in a really weird spot to start. Thank you, Link. I'm really bad at doing that trick. I don't know. I think we'll just go get the menu out of Forest. But again, if there's no reason to stop right then, we might as well continue. But what do we continue to do? I don't think there is anything else, barring just going into the Forest Temple. But it'd be awkward to go into the Forest Temple today. And doing the Ice Cavern today would be kind of a pain. I don't know, I'm going up here. There's the... I think the path is on the bottom, isn't it? Yeah, it's right there. So yeah, we'll go get the menu out of Forest. That'll at the bare minimum put us in a decent spot. I mean... maybe at that point we just call it anyway. Because that'd put us at about 4 hours. Oh god, I forgot about this. That would put us at 4 hours, that'd put us at 3 hours. Which isn't that bad if you think about it. Getting done the entire Kid Link portion and getting us set up pretty well for the Adult Link portion. In 3 hours. But then again, here I am saying that we're going to take an hour in all of the Adult Link dungeons. And then Ganon's Castle. Which would put our total at 9 hours to beat the game. Which is kind of crazy when you think about it. Because I don't think it should take that long. I don't know. I don't know. We probably will have to start streaming relatively early tomorrow. Navi is so smart. As a kid, I hated this advice. I'm like, well, you only know that because it's a video game. But, like, in serious, no duh! No duh! I'm so glad you said that. Navi just makes you feel like an idiot sometimes. But, like, in hindsight, you have to be grateful for what she does. It really doesn't hurt you that much. Okay, turn around. Turn around, buddy. Gabby, shut up. Just the one time to be quiet and go slowly around these passages. And notice we didn't get the Scarecrow song. No! Get wrecked. This one part I always hated as a kid. Because I would get to the point where you're in the water and you'd mess you up, like, no matter what. Sometimes you just don't know. And I think in the 3DS version, in the reboot, there's like a cutscene here when you start but yeah, there's literally nothing. And all I think is rupees. He has a lot, though. 20. Thought it was more than that. But yeah, this will put us in a decent spot. Because you figure we'll spawn in the Temple of Time. I think this would probably be the way to go. Granted, it'll suck, because then I can't just, when I upload it to YouTube, go Child Link, Adult Link portion, because we did, 20 minutes of Adult Link, but really all we did was get 2 warp songs. And a heat-resistant tunic. But, oh well. Now all I'm thinking about is the ice cavern. I just keep thinking how much I don't want to do it. That's all I think of. I don't want to do the ice cavern. The warp songs in this game are so good. I love the Bolero of Fire. Because it's like FD, FD, AF, AF. I don't know what the Minuet of Forest is, but I also learned how to play the Prelude of Light. The Water One Serenade of Water, or whatever it's called. That one's kind of weak. And even then, like, the Nocturne of Shadow, it's aight. And I can never remember what the Spirit Temple one is called, just because you get it so late in the game. But the Warp songs are pretty darn good. Like, let's talk, Sheik, we want to be friends. Sheik, what are you doing? Oh, Sheik's gone. Well, and here we are, ready to... Well, actually, let me go shut up there. I can't remember if it will spawn us in there, or if it's just going to spawn us in Temple of Time regardless. Because I'd say it was like a minute tomorrow. I don't know. It would also remind me to save. That's one thing that makes me uncomfortable, is the saving in this game. Because I never feel like it actually saves. And we're going to put on our red tunic because we don't need the green tunic anymore. Never again. And I do love this screen. The one song we missed was Epona's. But screw Epona, to be honest. I mean, why would we even need Epona? So yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, because nobody's watching on Twitch right now. But if you are, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Go over to Twitch, follow me there at Legend of Mudlup. Maybe I'll link it. I don't know. But if you're on Twitch and you're going, what are you talking about YouTube for? I have a YouTube channel, Mudlup50. So go check me out over there. Not that you are. But either way, if you're watching this and you just watch... It's literally 11:06, so 3 hours of this man playing Ocarina of Time. Not that there's anybody in here, but if you're watching it on YouTube, go follow me on Twitch. I think I'll be starting at 6. It just depends when I wake up, roll out of bed, and then decide to make the long trek. Well, it's not gonna be a long trek. It's just gonna go to the DMV. It shouldn't take more than like an hour, if that. If that. And honestly, I could put it off and just go get food instead. I don't know yet. I'll have to do grocery shopping. So no matter what, I'll have to do that before streaming. So it doesn't matter. None of this matters. Okay, 6 o'clock tomorrow. I think I'll be streaming. I might be streaming earlier.